Happy Father's Day weekend, fam. Yeah. You gotta make the whole weekend. Because, you get one time a year, you get appreciated as a dad. Rest of the time, it's all about mom. Just kidding. Fam, I gotta tell you. And normally what these kind of meetings are gonna have between now and when we get into camp, these are meetings set up mostly to just come on in and get together and chat. But I do want to talk about that defense. You can just hear that. When you step in the wrong, you jump over a fence or something, you're trying to get somewhere, take a shortcut. You jump over the fence, all of a sudden if you move, you're gonna get torn apart. If you just stand there and face him down, it ain't gonna work. That's what I see out of that defense right now. Niners D-line members believe they will be the determining factor towards the 2023 success already. They're talking that way. This season, Niners defense has the potential. And I'm done arguing with this. We always say, hey, you think the 2019 defense was better than Jim Harbaugh's defense? We argued about that all day. Ain't going to be no argument about this one. Yeah, this defense has the potential to be best it's been since Shanahan Lynch took over the club, and maybe the best it's been. I'm gonna have to research this and see what was the best defensive year for the 49ers before the one that's coming up. Because fam, when you look at that juice up front, my goodness, that's ridiculous. And the more I think about it, that's unstoppable. I'll give you some quotes to tell you what. Seems the confidence is riding high in the clubhouse as well. The Niners personnel-wise are stout, no doubt about that. And they're already showing their teeth with that vicious growl. You can tell I've been in that situation before. I couldn't stand that situation when I was a kid, man. That's how come out so good in track and field. But tonight, going to the phones after going over some of the bravado coming from vengeful, seeking Niners. Defense members who know full well that the 2023 Super Bowl was not it was not taking an escape from the 49ers. I know damn well it did. But fam, here's the truth. At this hour, we really don't know what the QB situation of the 49ers will be for the season opener. You read the reports, you digest them. It leads you to think on your own. You really don't. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. But it depends on whether Brock Purdy is fully recovered from off-season elbow surgery, according to what everybody's saying, mostly in the media. Well, Eric Armstead doesn't think that will even matter. Eric said the team's defensive line is good enough to decide games and to determine whether the 49ers can go further than they did last season. And why wouldn't they believe that? The Niners added DT extraordinaire, Javon, don't call him Javon. Javon Hargrave in free agency to go with Nick Bosa, Eric, Drake Jackson, Javon Kinlaw, Kerry Hyder, Kevin Givens, Cleveland Farrell. We'll see. Eric said this past Friday on KNBR via David Padilla of 49erswebzone.com, quote, yeah, it's going to be amazing. We put emphasis on that each and every year. We believe that it starts up front. And we believe that our team is going to go as far as our D-line can take us. And we truly believe that we can go out here and take over games and win them. Eric, I believe you too, man. I ain't lying. No matter what the offense is doing, if the offense is on the field all day, here, take the ball. Do something with it this time. Boy, don't embarrass them. They'll kick ass in. Especially, So adding a guy like Javon, Sarah continues. So adding a guy like Javon, who's been dominating his entire career and is a tremendous player, adding him to what we have built here and trying to take it to another level is going to be amazing to be a part of. Also, I think we complement each other very well. I think it's going to be very tough for offensive linemen to prepare for all of us. All the different looks that we're giving at guys. It kind of makes me giddy inside. It's like sitting in a special forces unit. Hey, because we added some new brothers to our D-line this year, and so we're going to come active in waves and throw different looks and throw different guys and rotate, and it's going to be a lot of fun, unquote. Come on, season. Come on, hurry up. Get out of summer. Let's go. Niners ranked as number one defense in football, but they believe they will be even better this season because of Hargrave's preseason. Not only did the 49ers add Hargrave, but they subtracted him from the Eagles. See, I don't care what, the people at PFF are high, and they're smoking low-grade dope saying that the Eagles is going to be number one. Just like we took a very, very important cog out of that defensive front. And now y'all will still be number one, picking up a rookie out of the draft, thinking he'll come in and just clean house? I don't think so. But I just don't know how they came up with that. If you guys are going by numbers and things like, what are you talking about? Debo recently said that there was, quote, no question, unquote, that his team was better than the Eagles last season, but they lost the NFC Championship game after losing both of their available quarterbacks to injuries. Hey, that's not an excuse. That is not an excuse. That's the absolute truth. You can't play without quarterbacks. Come on. Other 49ers shared similar feelings, and Fred Warner said that it, quote, felt like we never even had a chance to really compete, unquote. Yeah, well, yeah. Mrs. Warner's baby boy went on to say that his view of the game didn't exclude self-analysis that could help them in the future. Warner said he asked himself how, quote, our defense could have been better in that game and how we could have been better for our team and our defense. See, everybody takes responsibility. There's no one person involved in that. There isn't. You got to do that. You got to look at yourself. Look in the mirror. Forget about judging the guy next to you. What are you doing? As Fred moves toward the 2023 season, he went on to say via 49erswebzone.com, quote, I'll always say defense wins championships, so it's going to start and end with us. Love that attitude, Fred. He goes on to say we take that on our shoulders, that responsibility, and we need to be better, unquote. Fam, my prediction. Nick, 15 sacks. He's got to come down a little bit. He's got too much help now. 15 sacks and leads the league in pressures. He's a four-down guy. Nick's going to be out there when they're running the ball as well. That's why he was DPOY, because Nick can do it all. There's no time he has to come and sit down like Aaron Donald. Yeah, Rams, I said it. Minute. Javon Hargrave, 12 sacks, second only to Nick in pressures. They might be neck and neck, one apart. They could be out there like wolves tearing prey apart from each other's face. Eric Armstead, back to 10 sacks this year for him. Oh, yeah. You can't double team Eric no more. Without them double teams, people talk about Eric Armstead like he can't play. Oh, you get ready for a treat this year. Drake Jackson, question mark. 8 sacks. Pressure's right up there with Javon and Nick. When I say that, he's quick. Now he's big and strong to add with it. See, I'm expecting crazy things from him. He is the guy that's actually the weak link in the group right now. Why? Only because he's unproven. But when he gets in there and starts moving and getting in a groove, watching how everybody else works around him, getting fired up because of the fact that the guy sitting next to him been around the league for a long time, he ain't getting it. Drake. The Niners may have uncertainty about the quarterback position, but the D is not trying to hear all about that. D feels like weathering any difficulties will be a lot easier if Warner and I call him D unit, can find ways to make 2022's stingiest unit even tougher this time around. Can you imagine that, though? It's easy to see, though. The secondary, remember, fam, even if you think they got another year together. Javaris was with us for the first time last year. Demo just came into being last year. We don't know about the kids we just picked up. I'm looking at Gibson. Come on, man. Gibson ain't gonna get abused. Yeah, Jair might take him out, but I don't know when. And they might put him out on the field at the same time. And then you got that powerful Polynesian. Yes, indeed. I look for him to be even better this year because he's gonna have a tutelage under Steve Wilkes, who's gonna teach him. All right. What you do is I like the way I like your aggression. Keep your head and neck out of the way. And here's what you're doing. We'll work on a technique today. Ooh. Fam, are you feeling this 49ers D? Because it's time to get back to where we're supposed to be. Now is the time for me to rise up to my feet. Wipe the spit from my face. Take these tears from my eyes. Now is the time to get justice. See, this is why I say it's time. This is the year. I can feel it. What? Fam, hey, you know what? Whatever you want to talk about the defense tonight, anything else you want to bring up, yeah, you can work on Kyle. I don't care. But listen, tell me about how you feel about that D. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Block Ice, thank you, fam. Mainly the D line goes off, the secondary will go off. That's it. That's it. You know, if the D line is tearing things up, the quarterback's in trouble. Now he's in a position where he's going to make mistakes. Shucks. Ooh. I know. I should have worked this out before I started. All right. I'm ready. And it's Chill Pill. Phil, get in there. Boom.
All right, Ronbo. How you
Phil,
doing? Happy Father's Day.
Hey, thanks, Phil. Happy Father's Day to you, too. Doing great, Phil. As these weeks go by and summer's kicking in, it's just a good feeling knowing baseball's out there. They finished with the NBA. We're coming up, Bill. We're coming up in a minute.
Well, the Giants have something in common with the Niners. They just swept L.A.
You know, it makes sense, don't it? Start the trend now.
Yep. But anyway, talking defense. So I don't see why anybody can compare Philly's defense with ours. Ours was so much better last year. We took their best player on defense.
Right.
And that was one of our weaknesses, was interior defensive line. And, man, they lost their starting middle linebacker, their two safeties, and Hargrave.
That's too much.
So, yeah, and you're going to replace them with rookies?
And PFF's going to take it serious and rank them? Come on, PFF. Yeah, I'm losing respect. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, I said that you just can't put rookies. The Niners don't play rookies for a reason. Usually they redshirt them a year.
You don't know what they're going to bring.
They don't have an NFL body to begin with. They're not used to 20 games. They're not used to all the things that go into an NFL, and it's men against boys.
Absolutely.
So,
that goes on for a couple of years.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see Philly. Philly may have a better offensive line, but it's not that big of a gap. And other than that, I don't think they have that big a gap at all anywhere else. So
I agree.
Certainly not at running back, certainly not at tight end, certainly not at wide receiver. So, yeah.
We're going to see some surprises, though. There's always that team that comes in. I'm sorry, go ahead.
As far as the defense goes, the only thing I'm worried about is the backup to Nick and Drake Jackson at edge. Farrell has never proven to be a sack guy. Mm-hmm. He's only had, 10 sacks in 4 years.
This is a Raider disease with guys they draft. It's really bizarre. I know he's a better football player.
If Chris Kassura can make something of him, fine, great. Mm-hmm. But, there's guys out there that we could probably get pretty cheap that would help this team. Someone like an Ngakwe or someone like that you can bring in on a third down like D Ford.
Or Nick.
Back in 2019, we had D Ford, Bosa, Buckner, and Armstead. I mean, Bosa wasn't as good as he is now.
No.
I think Hargrave's better than Buckner, honestly.
Yeah, he is. There's no doubt about it. We don't need to be embarrassed about saying that. Yeah.
If Armstead can stay healthy, he's a force.
Yeah.
And he proved it towards the end of the season when he came back. Our defense played better.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with our linebackers, Greenlaw and Warner, they're so fast that I think Wilkes is going to blitz a lot more.
I know he's already let that out of the bag, too. I wish he wouldn't have, actually.
And so I think if you double team Hargrave or Bosa, then who's going to block the blitzer, right? So
Now that's how come I said that Eric Armstead's going to get upwards of 10 sacks. When you start doing that because you're going to take out the worst thing that's coming at you, now Eric Armstead, who's not all that far behind those other two, is going to eat.
yeah, I agree. You know, another guy I'm looking at is Kinlaw. This is the first year he's had an off season where he hasn't had to rehabilitate.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Chris Kasarik even said that. He goes, the guy looks a lot better than he's ever have.
Leaned out, he's faster.
And if we can get, you know, some backup to Hargrave and Armstead from Kinlaw, and then we've got Givens also in our D tackle room. That's pretty deep right there. So, yeah,
a couple other guys too. That one we redshirted last year. I can't wait to see how he looks.
Will Davis, is that it?
That's him.
But he's supposed to be like DJ Jones. If he's anything like DJ Jones, he's going to be a pretty impactful player as well. So
can you imagine? The 49ers will have struck gold again. Pun intended. Yeah. Oh, man. I just want to see him rotate.
Back in 2019, we had Ronnie Blair as a backup edge rusher. He was pretty good.
Well,
and
he's got
he got hurt.
Hyder.
He blew out his ACL.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was our backup for the edge rusher back then. And so he's a lot better than Farrell or any of these other guys we have. So
I like Hyder in this role too, though. You know, because Hyder kind of reminds me a little bit of Ronnie. So, yeah. Especially when you got that offensive line too busy to stop what's coming around the corner.
So we'll see. We'll see what the Niners do. But
I can't wait to see it.
They may do nothing. They may think Drake Jackson's going to be the guy. So
yeah, I
think they do to some extent. But we'll see in preseason. That's one area to look at.
What's that old guy that played for the Chiefs a few years ago? Every year he's out looking for a job. I actually want the 49ers to go ahead and pick him up. That veteran.
Houston?
Houston. He's still out there. I'll take Houston.
He's still out there.
You give him $2 or $3 million. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, but I think he's too old. Honestly,
I'm gonna put him in on passing downs. If somebody else is slow,
28, and he's averaged 10 sacks the last 2 years.
He needs to be paid, though. He's not coming in for any small payment.
Well, he may want to play for a Super Bowl contender, take a 1-year contract flyer, and go that route.
I wish, hope. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
There's a lot of guys coming out of Chris Kasarik's camp that get paid.
Yeah. That's true.
So he may want to take a chance with that, put up some numbers with the Niners, and just get paid after that.
Mm-hmm. Like Arden Key, who was useless.
Arden Key, Menahue, Ebicom.
$10 million
Menahue
for Menahue. Yes. You know the 49ers weren't going to pay him $10 million? Not with the other guys we got.
I would say if we got someone like that, it'd be like 5 or less.
Yeah. Because that reflects the talent we've already got on this team.
But you know what? If we don't even do nothing, we still got the best defensive line in football.
Amen. I just want overkill. I like sitting back laughing at teams struggling to beat us.
I want to run over that roadkill. Back up and run over it again.
Yeah, put it in reverse. Go ahead and grind it up in the hamburger. Put it in the bag and barbecue it.
Yeah, I think our defense, if we improve we gave up only 16 points a game last year, average. And I think we could go as low as 14 points. And nobody's stopping our offense for less than 14 points. So
see, nobody's talking about that, but they will soon. And you're right. And the Chiefs are one that blew that average all out of place because nobody scored 40 points on the 49ers all year long except for them.
Yeah, and we were coming off. We had so many guys injured that
Oh
game.
man, Nick Bosa had to pull muscle.
So
I got.
that was at the peak of our injuries,
Man,
and we just happened to run into the Chiefs.
ah,
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, this is everybody. Nobody wants
But
to hear
anyway,
it,
Ronbo.
because everybody has to play with injuries. Well, yeah, Phil, always fun. Appreciate you getting in here too.
Yeah. I mean, I like every bit of our roster. If Brock is healthy and he plays like he did last year, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Yeah. Eric Armstead says no matter what they're doing over there, we're taking care of things over here. Now, if they can't do anything, they can't move the ball, and every few minutes they're getting frustrated, we're going to win the game anyway. So, get a few turnovers.
Yeah,
and look for that defense to score points this year, too.
A good rush like that, and the pressure comes up the middle with Hargrave and Armstead.
Oh, that ball's bouncing.
Then you're going to start seeing a lot of picks. Diamador is going to have a breakout year, I think. He started to break out towards the end of last year, but I think he's going to be really good. And then Mooney Ward on the other side, and Hufanga, and Jair Brown will probably get some playing time, and I think he's going to be good for the long term.
Yes. Oh, man, I can't wait for the season to get started.
Play the third linebacker, I don't know.
There's so many candidates for that. Orrin Burke is good.
I know.
Flanagan Foles is underrated.
Probably the toughest competition on the team for training camp.
Absolutely.
Because you got Ball, you got the new kid that they just drafted. They got another kid they drafted. They've got, Odom? And, so they've got a lot of guys fighting.
Odom's a safety, but
Fowles. But who else is there?
Flanagan Foles.
There's Fowles.
You got Orrin Burke, as I mentioned.
Orrin Burke, that's it. That's who I was trying to think.
None of those guys.
So, there's a lot of competition for that one spot. It's your spot. So
there's going to be a couple of good football players that don't make this team. Exactly. So.
Yeah.
All right, Phil.
Hopefully we can protect them on the practice squad, but, a lot of people are going to poach.
Pete Carroll is sitting back chomping at the bit, waiting for that day when it's legal to do so. God, he annoys me.
I get a kick out of some of the podcasts done by Seattle fans where they're talking Super Bowl. Oh, boy. Delirious.
Let them stay that way. I love it.
Yeah.
And the Rams get shameless, too. They're thinking 11-6 this year.
Well, the Ram fans, I think, know that they're bad. They just mouth off just to mouth off.
I know, and I got to stop falling for that.
Because they got nothing to look forward to.
Right? But talking trash and antagonizing.
But Phil, Seattle fans actually think they have a chance to.
No, I know.
It cracks me up.
Got swept 3 times last year. Now all of a sudden they're going to rise to prominence.
With some rookies from a draft, right? So we're talking about
second-year people.
Yeah.
Phil, I'll see you midweek. Let's see what develops.
So when's the next call? Like Wednesday or?
Wednesday, probably.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you, Phil.
Ronbo, you take care.
You too, fam. Talk to you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye, Phil. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, come on in, man. We're there bragging about our defense since if there's one thing that's definite, if there's one thing that's positive, that defense is going to step on the face of just about every team we face this year. And unlike the past, when we knew they were going to be good, this year they're going to be absolutely ridiculous. You can easily see it. And anything else you want to throw in there, Tony? It's time to talk 49ers. What are you thinking?
Well, comes to the defense, Ronbo, I suppose they learned a few lessons last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I suppose one thing I was thinking about the other day was injuries.
Oh, that's always the case. I try not to think about those in order not to get depressed. Oh.
Yeah, well, I thought of it in a different way, not in a depressive way, but I thought, who would they, like, I'm sure they've probably sat around the round table and had the same discussion we're about to have, but,
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting to think that, well, okay, if Williams goes down, who do you put?
Oh,
Have you got a
and he goes down every year for at least a couple of games since we've had him.
have you got a backup for him? If Bosa goes down, have you got a backup for him? If Kittle goes down, who's going to be the backup for him?
George goes
If
down every year.
McCaffrey, if McCaffrey goes down.
Phil, stop. Tony, stop. You know what? If McCaffrey goes down, that is beyond serious because that's the engine. He's the spark. Everybody else follows his path. But you can't have McCaffrey missing. Now, you know what that might do, though, Tony? It may set a fire under Debo to say, you know what? This is my team. It's my team before he got here. Don't cry. I got this. I see Debo. His ego's already pumping.
He could be right. But, he is one of the players that's got the X factor. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And the last, in the secondary, someone like Mooney goes down. But as I said, if they've hashed it out and they have thought of that, well,
yeah,
and I'm sure we've got players there that can fill in for people like that. I mean, I like the Polynesian boys. I like Latu. If Kittle goes down, I mean, a stat that he had, which I didn't know about. And I know stats are stats and yet to be proven on the field and all that sort of stuff, but 85% of the time that he got the ball, he either went for a first down or a touchdown. So I thought that was a good stat.
No, it is. He's a football player. You look at guys running a 40 and all that stuff and the cone drill. It means something, but it ain't everything. You've got to be a warrior at heart. I think Latu probably is, and the 49ers probably see that in him.
I believe that also, Ronbo, because I believe in football speed.
Damn right.
If you don't, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like some people might take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 steps to get going. But once they're in full flight, they're just as quick as anybody else.
Jerry Rice, the best example of all time of that. Rice could not run a 40. He was slow. But you get the ball in his hands in the middle of the field. Good luck with trying to catch him. Rice was running out of fear and the need for glory. That's a football player. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, Usain Bolt was the same, Ronbo. He was slow out of the hole, and then he'd run him down, at the end.
Wait, who?
Usain Bolt, the sprinter.
Oh, yeah.
100-meter sprinter. He was like that. He was pretty slow out of the hole, and then he'd run him down towards the end.
He's not human. He'd do that within a 100-meter stretch. Tony, do you know how difficult that is? Because usually every coach would tell you, guys, you're going to win or lose this race out of the starting blocks. Hussein, coming down the track, you got the lead, just see it. And when you're sprinting, you only see side to side a little bit. All of a sudden, you see these long legs just galloping past you. That's got to be heartbreaking. 100 meters.
Yeah.
There's no time to think, let alone go catch somebody. He's amazing.
Exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, I believe in football speed. I don't know. Some of my theories are unorthodox, in the NFL, but I think some of them have been proven. Like, I know they're like, what's his name, Ray, or is it Ray? Who brings the ball back after kick?
That's Ray
kickoff.
That's him, Ray.
Yeah, but I when I kick returner, I think to myself, nah. Imagine Derrick Henry running at you at full speed with the ball in his hand for a kickoff. You know what I mean? That to me, that's more exciting.
I love that.
People would be scared shitless to try and tackle him.
Especially if you got a full head of steam up. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and we proved that big guys could do that to a point when Jared Hayne was doing it. You know what I mean? Because the first or second guy guy would never catch him. He would always make a miss.
Always.
And he was 6'2", 240 or something like that. I'm not sure.
That's good size, especially for as quick as he was.
Mm.
So.
But other than that, yeah, it's getting close to, training camp, and I'm really, really, really excited to see Dr. Stephen Wilkes, cast his magic on the secondary. I'm really eager to see how the secondary turns out.
Because we're going to see a polishing of skills that we weren't really familiar with, and we're going to see that some techniques and things. There's going to be some defensive setups and execution. They would say, "Wow, look at that." Fab, do you remember seeing anything like that last year? I think we'll be saying that every now and then. Wow, Wilkes is all that in a bag of chips. They caught it.
Yeah, well, he's got, I think, when you got people like Bosa, Williams, and some like Fred Warner, you're like on the field, they're like an extension of your coaching arm, you know what I mean? Like they can sort of like look after things and make sure things go the way they're supposed to, because they've been doing it for such a long time in the scheme.
And they're all expert assassins,
Yeah. That might free him up a little bit more to sort these guys out in the back.
Because he knows their capabilities. Good point. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
You got to work with what you got.
That's the part that I'm, and the other bit is, I think Kyle just needs to step away from himself just a fraction, not much, to
but
let the quarterbacks do what they do, and then he'll become famous.
But Tony, you know what? Here's where Kyle could come in handy with defense. It should be known by everybody by now, but do you know Kyle Shanahan learned defense before he learned offense? Him and Wilkes together, they can point out the strengths and weaknesses of every team they play. Wilkes can say, okay, I'm aware of that, and here's what I plan on doing about that. I would love to be a fly on the wall when those two are sitting there talking, actually. Ho!
Yeah, that part of it, yeah, I'm talking about the quarterback part of it, just let him do a little bit of ad-libbing like Brock Purdy was doing, and which resulted in 30-odd points a game. You know what I mean?
I think Brock's...
Step aside a tiny little bit, mate, and
just
you'll get us over the line, probably more than once.
Yes, loosen up that leash.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that anyway. Brock's going to do it anyway. I got a feeling he's that kind of kid. Tony, we got to go. We're having too much fun as always. Hey, I'll see you Wednesday. All right?
All right, brother. Shout out to the squad, and, the Empire, and everybody else, and catch you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it, Tony. All right, fam.
All right, brother. Cheers.
Cheers. Tony from the land down under. Hey, listen. Hey, Jeff is back. Hey, Jeff. Out of Carolina, running around with all them Panthers, telling them, look, your team is done.
Yes, sir.
Jeff, how you doing?
Ronbo.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, doing great. I feel good about the 49ers every year. Even when we've got bad teams, I feel good about the 49ers. This is how deep my love runs for this red and gold. But this year, man, I got a feeling we could do some serious bragging this year. Because, back in my mind, There's been times when I says, we're good, but that team's a little better, and they might be edges out here. And hey, Jeff, there is no team in the NFL that edges out our defense on any level. I
agree.
That's the damn truth. Yeah.
And, I think Armstead, what he said recently is couldn't be more further, or I think that's 100% correct,
As far as what?
This team
everything
is definitely gonna. I think this team is definitely gonna go as far as that D line takes them.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, man, when we had Bosa coming off a rookie year, he had 10 or 15 sacks his rookie year.
Somewhere between 10 and 13. He did pass 10, and he missed it. He started the season out hurt, remember? He hurt his ankle in practice, and he started off a little slow. He made a few rookie mistakes, even him, in the beginning, and then all of a sudden he started to get it. And he caught on fire. And he became Nick Bosa. Right around the time that his buddy from the Browns came over, the one that pissed him off while they were at school, Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Remember that march with the flag across the field?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Baker!
Don't even get me started on that fucking guy. Right. They were making a joke. They said Baker Mayfield said Happy Father's Day to his dad, Nick Bosa.
I need to beam that up. I was hoping Baker would stay in L.A.
I think Nick Bosa's going to be even more motivated now. He has like a miniature. He has a guy in that locker room that works as hard as him and Christian McCaffrey. I don't think he's had a guy like that in the locker room that works, as hard as him.
In fact, they got to keep up with each other because they're both insane when it comes to staying in shape. Oh my God!
Right. I
love that, and you know what? It's caught on. Debo is now trying to impress people. Hey man, look, I work out as well. We already knew George Kittle puts in work, but yeah, it's catching. You got a bunch of guys, as I said, they're being led by that pickup of Christian McCaffrey.
He's the igniter.
Boom. Dang. I love it.
But I'm gonna say this. So Hargrave just came off the best, season of his career. Would you say? 11 sacks with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a Nick Bosa. They had a Fletcher Cox, a couple old guys. Imagine him, how many sacks he's going to have being paired with a Nick Bosa, with an Eric Armstead.
A little faster. That's true. The Eagles had a lot of guys that are past their prime who were doing all that. You got a good point. Great point.
And I think, I know they had Hassan Reddick or whatever the hell, but I think having a guy like Javon, having him just that big guy right in the middle was the true I wouldn't say the best player on their defense, but I would say definitely one of the most valued positions on their defense. And for us to not only get him, but to take him away from our our biggest competition in the NFC.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, PFF didn't notice. They still ranked. I don't understand either.
Yeah, I don't understand how anybody can still say the Eagles. Their defense got really exposed in that Super Bowl.
Man, and
Andy Reid was walking in the end zone in the second half.
That's coaching. You know what? Their DC's an idiot. There were some times when there was clearly a different defense that should have been set up, and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, they're gonna eat you up if you don't know what you're doing. They'll out-coach you. Even the best coaches have to deal with them, and if you're gonna be stupid, they're gonna kill you.
Right, and the best part about that is that idiot DC for the Eagles, Jonathan Gannon, is the head coach of the Cardinals now.
Oh, that is where he came from. Oh man, he'll last 1 year.
Yes. 1 year max. So it'll probably be like another Nathaniel Hackett.
Hackett could have been fired mid-season, actually. Wait a minute, did he finish the season?
No, they fired him mid-season.
Hey, listen, just real quick, they should have blamed Russell Wilson for some of that as well. Russie can't play unless he's cooking. He doesn't know how to follow a structured offense. Pete didn't make him.
Right.
It worked for him.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Russell didn't have the right coach with Hackett, but is it a coach's fault that your arm strength goes down? No, that's what I think was what happened with Russ.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But I'm going to also say this about Armstead, man. I think he's starting to become kind of underrated on this team, man. He came off of last year, missing some games, and now people have kind of forgotten who he is.
They ridicule him. They talk bad about him. They're not paying attention to what happened.
When you really watch the games, especially some of these playoff games this year, he's getting doubled and sometimes even triple teamed in the playoffs.
That's all they had to be concerned with. You stop him and Nick, and they were the toughest guys on the defensive front. You stop him and Nick.
Right.
You stop you slow that 49er defensive rush down. They still, our other guys, Monahu and some of those guys we lost, they still fill that gap and void nicely. So, we survived.
Yeah, I think Armstead, if you really pay attention, his first step, like once he finally gets away from that O lineman,
Quick.
his first step towards that quarterback is so quick.
He's in the backfield like that. That's why I said, y'all be talking about, y'all don't understand.
Detroit versus everybody.
Anyway, you watch Eric Armstead and you watch what's going on with him. Now watch if they make a mistake and miss him. Eric Armstead's in that backfield in a heartbeat. He may be one of the fastest guys off the snap on the line. And I'm talking about him and Nick, about neck and neck. So now you got Hargrave to join that mess.
Yeah, and Armstead, man, in the mini camps, he's looking in even better shape. Not that he was out of shape, but he looks as even in better shape, honestly.
He never knows what to do with his weight. Eric, either if they want him to rush from the edge, he gets lighter, and I think he's less effective.
Right.
He sets the edge, but he doesn't. He's like. And then when he's playing an interior, he goes in and eats, and he gets bigger, and he's still fast. That's why I said, please stop putting him out there, Coach. He's an interior lineman. Let him play the interior.
Yeah.
Stop playing people out of position. So
So, do you think Kinlaw might have some type of a breakout year, learning behind Hargrave, or you think he's kind of this is his last year to kind of get it right?
You asked me too quick. You know what? Let me see him in preseason. I want to see how he moves. He's probably going to be, if he's healthy, that's a big man. And he's got something to prove.
Right.
Jeff, we got to go. Hey, Jeff, let me see you midweek, all right? Be looking for you. Appreciate you getting back here, too, so quick. I just met you a few days ago. Great.
Right. Sounds good, man.
Hey, thank you, fam. Have a great weekend.
All right,
What's
bro.
left of it. All right. Night, fam. Hey.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, the 49ers defense about to put a tattoo on everybody we play. How last year they keep stats on everything, right? At the end of the year, the 49ers record against every team they played lost the following week. I said, well, how come? Because the 49ers were physical last year, E. You know what? They're going to be more physical this year. More physical. Hargrave by himself. 40 feet wide, 40 feet tall. The man is a wrecking machine. I can't wait to see. But hey, your feelings about the defense. Anything else you want to add tonight, fam? We ain't talked to you in a while.
Everything looks good. I think our rookie might be our third DB off the bench.
Which one?
That safety.
Oh, Jair.
Yeah, but
Jair.
they picked up a free agent cornerback. They said was doing good in the preseason. Well, not preseason, but in the camp.
What's the one from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, I think that's his name. I can't get the whole. I don't know his name.
Is his name Wilson? Yeah, when I'm reading, I'm trying to read a lot of content. I don't get caught up in that quarterback stuff unless it's like right front page. Because, we're going to see him in preseason. And are we going to say, oh, man, come on, man, y'all overrated him. I mean, he's okay. I mean, but he might be better than, because I didn't know Brock Purdy was all that either. I saw him in preseason. I was impressed to a degree, but I said he's playing with the fourth unit, okay? And most of them guys are going to get cut next week. I always, think kind of like that. But, I'm gonna stop doing that. This year I'm going to look.
Well, shit, he did good in preseason.
Yeah.
But, I think, Rosenbelt, or what his name was, he did good in the first preseason game. But the second and third, he did bad. That's what got him bumped, I think. But I want to see Trey, man. I want to see.
You're going to.
I don't want to say, I've been hesitant to say it, but, I think a lot of people are a little prejudiced on the Trey thing.
Okay.
But he needs to get his chance, do what he got to do. Brock earned it. I ain't going to say Brock didn't earn it, but, we got three first-round draft picks over there. If if it doesn't work, I want eyes pointed somewhere else. Like everybody saying, oh, well, Lynch and them draft good in the 4th, 5th round. So what are they doing in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd?
This is a sensitive question, fam. We got a lot to cry about since they got here about that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round.
Yeah.
There's some names that we're never going to forget. Solomon Thomas, Dante Pettis. I mean, I think a lot of teams have the same problems in the draft. The draft is a crapshoot, a shot in the dark.
I don't
going on
think
everything.
Colin Thomas is that bad though.
No, they play him
I
out of
think
position.
he started a culture.
Yeah,
He started a culture for us, like a good culture, because I think he was a good guy.
He was.
And started a trend.
No, as a person,
So I was kind of happy.
I love Solomon T.
Yeah,
but he wasn't able to get it done because he was playing
he
out of
wasn't
position.
not on the field.
Yeah, he was.
No.
Solomon was a tweener. His size, but he was strong. They just played him out of position. If they'd have played him inside, I think he would have finally developed. But there was no place to put him because you got Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner on the inside, and so you got to rotate him on the outside, and that wasn't working.
Do you think Ward conversation went down like that? Jimmy Ward's?
Ward?
Play you on a bench or you don't play, whatever. Yeah, Jimmy Ward.
Jimmy posted it up on his social media, and J-Dub is not the kind of guy to be lying. I believe Kyle said that, and then John Lynch came quickly to his rescue.
Why would you say that though?
Kyle never said that. So Jimmy's a liar.
Why would Kyle say that?
Well, because he wants Gibson back there, because Gibson had a great year, right? They don't want to pay Jimmy the money because he's getting up there, but so is Gibson. So I don't understand.
Gibson retiring next year.
I don't really appreciate the way they treated Jimmy either. I really, because he's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, give him a 2-year contract, whatever, $2-3 million. He did a Superman interception and a lot of stuff. Like he played good. So why would you tell that man, oh, you're gonna be on a bench? You don't know what I'm gonna do in preseason. Gibson could be playing worse.
And Gibson could get hurt. I like having Jimmy.
Yeah,
if you're going to do that,
hurt.
Put Jimmy back. Then if Gibson gets hurt or he can't play, he's 32. He might get hurt. Jimmy, I want you to play in the slot.
You don't say now you'll ride the bench.
Well, he gave an option. He was an option. He told Jimmy, I want you playing in the slot. Okay, the slot gets paid less money. Jimmy didn't want to play in the slot, and he's always wanted to play safety. That's what his natural position is. And they told him, well, we need you in the slot. And Coach, I can't play safety. You want to ride the bench? And Shanahan has a temper, and when he says things like that, I'm sure later he didn't mean it. He probably should have apologized. You don't need to talk to him like that.
Not like that. Not a grown man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wanted him to come back, and then, like I said, if injuries come, we had a solid backup because of McLeod, and I don't know if we got T Moore, but McLeod ain't it. Well, he hasn't showed it yet.
You got a guy by the name of, there's a kid that plays cornerback in our camp right now, and he's very fast, and they say he's got return skills. They're going to look at him in camp. Because you got him as a cornerback and a return specialist. There's going to be some dramatic battles in camp, E. There really is.
That's a good thing. That's why I say we got to get rid of Trey Lance because Brock Purdy is not going to feel good in the locker room. That sounds crazy. I think you said it today. I want all my weapons.
Yeah, no, Brock and Lance Trey are really close. Similar to what was, I don't think that Brock would be thinking like that. I mean, Trey was helping him out the whole time, right there, showing him what he did wrong, what this is improved. Yeah, never mistake what the fans are saying. Yeah.
They want to trade Trey Lance, right? We might get a 4th or 5th or a 6th round pick. That's not why wouldn't you trade Purdy was a 7th round pick for the 4th, 5th, or 6th, or Darnold, I think his name is, for the 4th. Why would you trade Trey Lance for a 4th, 5th round, or 6th?
Well, the thinking is Trey hasn't done anything to lower his value. Not really. He hasn't been on the field enough.
He hasn't done nothing. They put a number one on him.
Well,
Nobody
that's what I'm
gives
saying.
Trey a number one.
You can't trade Darnold get anything because Darnold hasn't done anything except for last year. He did a little bit, right? Brock Purdy's already asserted himself as being able to play in the NFL. So now that leaves Trey, and you give him a fresh start with a good coach. Let's say you send Trey to play with Arians or a good quarterback coach. You may see a whole nother Trey Lance. They are not going to spend the time needed on Trey right now to develop him. Kyle Shanahan just, he's one, when it comes to quarterback, he's got Greasy over there working with Trey, but I'm not sure if that's enough. But you need to keep all three quarterbacks, fam. Number one, we seen what happened last year, right? We seen 4 guys leave us.
Sit down.
So you know what? Trey has no business going anywhere. It would be suicide. He stays.
Not with the money we pay. We pay both of them some light money, so keep them on the contract.
No. Trey's not going anywhere. I'm almost confident that's absolutely true. So, Austin Pullum says trade Kyle.
I see you too. We still got to pay attention to what these guys are doing. Like Cal, he should be. I don't know who should be doing it, but Trey Lance should be having a mentor, teaching them how to be a quarterback.
With as much as they spent to get him, it would behoove them to make that the case. Hey, we ran a clock. Let me see you midweek. All right. Good to hear from you. We ain't heard from you in a little bit.
I've been trying to catch you 2 or 3 times, but I've been falling asleep. But
we late. I've been trying to get in early. It's summertime. It's easy to fall out. But we were here waiting for you. All right, fam.
Be good, Ronbo. Like, subscribe. Ronbo number 1. Let's go.
Thanks. Can't wait to talk to you soon.
All
right, fam.
No doubt.
And show. You know what? Show. Get in here. I'm telling you right now. I'm so pumped up about the defense. There's nothing you can say that's going to make me think and start getting depressed. Show, I wish you'd bring in a box of chocolates every now and then instead of coming in and
well, I'm about to tonight because.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm here to shut down any talk of the 49ers signing any defensive end to help Nick Bosa on the opposite side because, Ronbo, this offseason, we had let $80 million walk out the door. $80 million.
Yep.
And who do we use that money and signed? We signed somebody and used that money to sign that person, and he was that person.
That was Javon.
Exactly. And if the 49ers were so concerned about the opposite side of Nick Bosa, they would have used that money and allocated it towards the defensive end instead of Javon Hargraves.
True. I fully agree. And they wouldn't have waited till now.
And
they'd have got that out of the way a long time ago.
They used a second-round pick on Drake Jackson. They redshirted him. They pretty much redshirted him last year.
Yep.
To let him get into NFL shape. And what is the main takeaway of the OTAs this offseason about Drake Jackson?
Get him stronger and building his body up so it can last longer.
That is exactly what had every beat writer and reporter had said about Drake Jackson this offseason.
Yep.
That he looks a lot bigger. He looks a lot faster. He looks a lot leaner. He looks like he's in NFL-ready shape. And they used all of their resources and allocated that towards Drake Jackson because they believe in him. They believe that he's going to complement Nick Bosa very well, and they used a second-round pick on him in 2021. And they redshirted him and let him play a little bit in 2022 to get the experience under his belt, and they sat him for the rest of the time. There was nothing wrong with him. He was a healthy scratch.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to prepare him more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot like they did with Aaron Banks.
Can you imagine him coming up with the same impact or better than Aaron? Aaron shocked me, Show. You and I talked bad about Aaron last year, or the year before he came back on the field. And look at that.
And he came out and turned out to be Blanken Tomlinson 2.0.
Woo! And he's going to be better this year, too. He was still learning last year. And he did
the main area of concern with the San Francisco 49ers front office this offseason wasn't the offensive side of Nick Bosa. It was the void that DeForest Buckner left. And they pretty much admitted their mistake with drafting Javon Kinlaw with that 13th pick and moved on from him already and signed Javon Hargraves, and Javon's on his way out the door. They licked their wounds. They saw that was an area of concern, and John said that's what I listened to the state of the franchise, and that's what John exactly said. He said that the defense kind of slipped a little bit, and that's where it slipped, was on that side of the ball where Javon Kinlaw was supposed to shine, and he unfortunately didn't. And Javon Hargraves was the best defensive player in the offseason this year, and he went to Jed York and said that he spoke to Jed York like that he was asking a girl out on the first date. He was a little hesitant, and he said, "Look, this is where our area of need is right now," and Jed said, as long as he's a game changer, then sign him. And Javon Hargraves is a game changer. There was no defensive end on this offseason that was a game changer. And that's where they allocated that money towards.
Yeah.
Was the defensive tackle.
And so, you know what? Clear this up about everybody thinks Jed York is a cheapskate, doesn't have the team's best interest involved. He's just a big corporate person that looks at nothing but profits. Jed likes this team. I knew it. He just didn't know what he was doing when Balky was here running over him maturity.
In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning, we made fun of him. In the beginning, we made fun of him with Balky because this team was like falling apart at
He was learning as he went. Jed didn't know what he was doing. Yeah. His dad just threw him in there. All right, Jed, handle the team. What? What? No, I mean, really?
He learned to step back and said, basically, if you need money, just come to me and ask for me for it. And as long as they're game changers, then I will sign them. That's how we got Christian McCaffrey. That's how we got Trent Williams. That's how we got Javon Hargraves. So there's no area concern. There's no need for a defensive end on the opposite side of Nick Bosa. And not only that, people that are asking for another defensive end on the other side of Nick Bosa are very undermining and pretty much patronizing Chris Kasurik of how good of a coach he is.
Ooh, good point. Good point. If Chris says we're fine, we're fine. I agree.
Yeah. Chris doesn't seem to be too concerned about the other side of the ball where Nick Bosa, or the other side of Nick Bosa.
With me, it was just greed. I mean, you're putting Ngakoue on the other side. It just gets stupid. Yeah. Good Lord.
The only time we're going to be signing...
Woo!
The only time we'll sign Ngakoue is if it's an emergency situation. That's it.
Hey, mid-season...
And we're on the cusp of the playoff berth.
Mid-season. If he's running around mid-season, and let's say Drake is not quite up to speed yet, Ngakoue will get a one-year contract if he's still around. Everybody's waiting, Show. This is the waiting game. Every GM in the league is waiting for that date when the players are either going to sit and hold on to what they want or they're going to accept what you give them. It's coming up.
I'm excited for Drake Jackson. I'm excited for Drake Jackson.
I want to see him too.
And see what he can do on the opposite side of Nick Bosa, because then we'll be set for the next 10 years with two defensive ends on the D-line, and we won't have to worry about that for a long time to come. Just add depth, and that's pretty much it. Continue to add depth and continue to be in the talks of the dominance.
That's right.
Of how our dominance our defense is.
Stay relevant. We're not the Rams. We don't pay mercenaries every last time we got and give them every pick we got and then turn to poo-poo after you finally achieve something. And we're lucky they did that. So,
and, they didn't spend millions of dollars. They didn't spend $80 million on a corner or a safety or a linebacker. We're set there. Like they knew that they knew that they screwed up when they drafted Kinlaw, and they should have listened to the other 31 teams when they were concerned about his knee issue coming into that draft year that year. Mm-hmm. That's why he fell out of the top 10. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah,
and
they should have listened to that knee report. But who would have gotten and Show, you and I think there was a contingent of us that wanted a wide receiver that year.
I was in the wide receiver market and offensive line market because we needed a center that year, that's the year Alex Mack retired on us, and no one knew about Jake Brindle at the time, and that's history. The rest is history.
And I've been wanting a speed merchant for years. You and I both have been talking about this forever, and 2 or 3 others of us. And there he was, coming out of Bama. We could have had him.
If we will trade for something by the deadline this year, it'll be another offensive playmaker or offensive lineman.
Maybe, because the defense
we're
is
set. We're set. We are set with the defense right now.
I mean,
we led first in every category the last 2 years. What are we so concerned about?
You got a good point, Joe. I love it. We got to go, fam. Let me see.
All right, shout out to everyone.
Shout out.
All right, take care. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye.
Night, fam. Yes, indeed. I got Johnson Ronald. Come on in, Johnson. Was that Ronald Johnson? I guess name. Johnson?
Who?
Yeah, I see your name. It says Johnson Ronald. Is it?
It's Jeremy.
Oh, it's Jeremy.
Jeremy Orr.
Jeremy Orr. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy. Sorry.
First-time caller.
Jerry, come on in, man.
First-time caller. I watch you all the time, but I just never call in.
Well, I'm glad you
I
did it.
listen and learn.
It's a good place.
But,
a lot of sharp people come here.
I think this year, I think we're going to go to the Super Bowl because we got Purdy, we got the best defense. We're going to Super Bowl. Our Purdy don't get hurt.
Well, I agree. It's always about who, as long as we don't get hurt.
And Purdy gets hurt, then we got Lance to back him up.
Yep.
So we're going to Super Bowl this year.
That's why we're not losing no quarterbacks. All 3 of them are staying right where they are.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. We're going to Super Bowl.
And win it. We're not just going.
We got great defense and everything.
Sit. And defense wins championships. Everybody likes to say about
right.
Mahomes and Brady and Stafford. And all, these guys, if they didn't have a defense, they would get their butts kicked. Jeremy?
Yes.
Go ahead, fam.
I just think we're going to Super Bowl, and that's pretty much all I got to say. I mean, I don't know what time, so it's be on your show.
Jeremy, I'll tell you what, I'm appreciate you. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm delighted you got in here.
I mean, this is a dream come true, me talk on your show. I really appreciate you me talk.
Hey, delighted to meet you. All right. Jeremy, you call in anytime you like. We're waiting. All right.
Okay, I'll call you more often.
Looking forward to it. All right, Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night. Happy Father's Day. All right.
You too.
Thanks, fam.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, yo, Mark.
What's up, Ronbo?
Mark, man, it's a night to put the spotlight on the gladiators, the guys that have come out there and paved the way for an offense that's going to be glorified this year in a way that we haven't seen. You know what? It's almost this year. You look at that team now and the mindset, the experience we went through, and the time to now say, look, guys, this is it. Last year was it. We had one mess up. There ain't going to be no mess up this year. Tell you what, Mark, you're feeling about that defense. Do you see the issues? I got guys at double-digit sacks. Everybody with the possibility of Drake Jackson getting double-digit sacks too, because he's the guy that people are going to try to let slide. Everybody else has got to be double-teamed. There's going to be 14 tight ends on the field. You know we're supposed to have 11 players in total? Oh, Mark, what are you thinking?
Well, Ronbo, if I was a GM or a coach, like Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, I'll probably do the same thing that they did. It's like before they came in to be in the 49ers organization. It's like they got together and had a plan. Okay, we're going to build this defense, but no matter what we do, we're going to have a defense.
Yep.
Well, when we're here, we're going to have a defense.
It makes life
look
so
at 2020, we weren't the best team. Yeah, Look at 2020, we didn't have the best team because of the injuries, but that defense was still top 10. Still pretty good so far.
Aaron Rodgers remembers.
Yeah. That's the only reason we got away that year because injuries.
Yeah.
But So if I was the GM, I'd probably do the same thing they're doing. Just build their defense, and then we'll figure out the rest. So I mean, they did. Yeah. So
Mark, that's the thing that kind of irks a lot of 49er fans is because Kyle Shanahan has let everybody know, Kyle calls himself the MacGyver of the NFL. Just give me a matchstick, an empty tuna can, and I'll put together for you the biggest explosion you've ever seen in your life. Now, this is okay, and to some degree, he is right. Kyle gets hated a lot because of the failures, but the fact of the matter is he may still be considered. He makes some decisions sometimes that are questionable, but as far as constructing an offense and designing an offense of how it's supposed to execute, it's damn good actually. But we got to stop. We got to stop losing for him to get all the credit he probably deserves.
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, and it's not Kyle's fault. I mean, for the last
not always.
The last two, I don't think they were his fault. I mean, although our offense stalled out, you weren't healthy. That's the problem. I'm getting sick of that. Our defense always showing up to play. I guess the only game that they didn't show up to play was that Rams game, kinda, the secondary.
Well, you know what? Because the Shark lost a step. Cooper Kupp never had a game like that against him for years. All right? And Cooper Kupp was who wore the 49ers out that day.
Yep. I remember that. But, the defense, they're going to do what they do. I just need the offense. Please. I just need them to I know they put points up on the board, but those big games.
Two words. Christian McCaffrey. That's all you need. All right. Yeah, people need to stop.
You know what, Ronbo? That's starting to be my favorite player.
He makes that whole team turn into. I mean, the guy is just the catalyst. That is how the team gets fired up and moving. Because if nothing else is working, Christian's taking the heat off the plate. There is no stress out there as long as McCaffrey's on the field. He knows where to go. He understands how quarterbacks think and how they move. All you have to do is play. And Christian probably whispers in the quarterback's ear, I got your back. Whatever happens, you know where to find me. The dude and everybody else is playing around him as their game's upping too. Look out for the offense this year. Could be ranked in the top 3 easily.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey. I'm glad we got him. I mean, I damn near lost it when I found out we got him. I woke up from I was getting ready for work. I woke up. I was like, oh man, what's going on around the world? 49ers organization. All I see is Christian McCaffrey in a 49ers uniform. I damn near lost it.
So,
I said, finally, just get a mercenary, please.
I know,
Right?
No, they traded. Christian stays. Yeah. He'll be with us at least for the next 3 to 4 seasons. Because, man.
Okay, yeah. I was worried about that. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know how much how long he would be here. I didn't know.
I think they got to renew a contract. I'm not sure. I think they got to renew a contract. I don't think right yet, but it's in the near future. I think.
Well, I think if he does want, if it is time and time or whenever it is time and time, I don't think he'll break the bank. I think he just wants the Super Bowl now. At this point in his career.
Yeah, he does, but of course they got to look out for the future, and the 49ers don't need to lowball him. You got to realize it's important. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey's going to make any team better, just by what he does, the way he plays, and how he makes everybody around him better. I mean, Christian makes everybody around him better, even better than the quarterback does. Just by his presence. And the things he does.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, the guy stole a touchdown from George Kittle. That wasn't his. But Chris is zooming into the scenes, going way up in the air.
I remember that.
I said, that's who he is. Get him, CMC. I love it.
Then seeing Ramsey's that stupid look on Ramsey's face and end on.
Yeah, he keeps that stupid look. I wish. It's too bad Robbie didn't come over and say, "Hey, you okay, Jalen?" What? What? No, I just wanted to make sure I think I care about you, man.
I remember Lynchy did that one night. And, he got all mad at.
Oh, that's right. Jalen's a fool. Just running around talking, getting in people's face. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So
But Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey Ron, I was thinking about I think yesterday I was thinking about do you remember when we had Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
That short that short thing
running
for
back.
49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reggie
I
Bush
remember
was
that.
supposed to be what McCaffrey is, actually, back in that time.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Jet McKinnon. So.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was gonna be. I thought this was. They had finally found somebody. Just like Christian McCaffrey, but
Hey, Reggie Bush.
Turn his ACL in the kickoff.
When he was on, he was good. I mean, that's why the Saints won that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Ronbo, do you think we'll ever be, for as long as Kyle and John Lynch, do you think we'll ever have another losing season as long as they're here?
No, these are really hardcore football guys, and they know what they're doing. This is why I don't. For the final episode failures, I can't get mad at that because they're always putting themselves in position to win it. Now, there's going to be a lot of variables that come into play. The Super Bowl's got to be the hardest game. That's the biggest stage in the world. NBA you got 4 games to win it. Baseball, you got 4 games to win. Your football, you got 1 shot. No, let's say if we played the Rams 2 or 3 times. You think they'd beat us 2 out of 3 times? There's you've got to win that week, and that's why it's a premium viewing every year. Football is number 1. The drama, the stakes, the margin for error is 0, and that's why people just gotta watch this. So yeah, they'll keep us in that.
Fred Warner, Fred Warner, he promised us back in 2020. He said as long as. Well, he didn't say as long as they're here, but he said that they won't have another losing season in a long time. He said they won't. As long as he's here, they won't have another losing season.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, 2022, he said that.
It's the way they go about building that team. They know what they're doing. Because what you don't want to do is do what the Rams did. Put all your marbles in one bag and hope it works. Now look at you. You'll be trying to get that team back up on its feet for the next 10 years.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see it. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, you know what I look forward to, Mark? When Stafford leaves and Donald leaves, now they got to go get a quarterback.
Yeah.
They think they have one already.
Yeah.
There's no Aaron Donald out there waiting to come to Los Angeles.
He'll leave.
This year.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed by the other guys. Yep.
I mean, he doesn't want to go through any rebuild.
Now, Ronbo, oh wait, is my time up?
Real quick, yeah. Because I was. Go ahead. Give me one more thing, real quick.
Okay. All right. Just for all the 49er fans out there, if we do, maybe not 0-3, we would never do that. But if we do, start this, like we did last year, just lose, next, week.
Open the season losing. Yeah.
Just calm down. Everybody relax. They do this every year.
Yeah.
And we'll be fine. All right, Ronbo.
All right. Good point, Mike. Have a great night, fam. Talk to you later on in the week. Yeah. The 49ers, they won't start off that way this season. I don't see it. And I really don't. Because we've had some extenuating circumstances was cause for those starts. You look at last year, Trey goes down in week 2, right? And that all of a sudden caused a little problem. Jimmy G comes in, hadn't done a damn thing all preseason long. He comes in, tries to take over. Of course, it's going to be a little rocky, and it was. We lose 11-10. The most embarrassing loss I think I've ever seen the 49ers take. And then, of course, they got rolling finally, and then they couldn't be done. Then you got the Kansas City Chiefs situation where they got their brains beat out. And that was the same with Christian McCaffrey shows up. But after McCaffrey came in, that ship got righted in a hurry. Hey, KC.
Ronbo, what's up? Hear me?
KC, man, I can hear you clear, loud and clear. Come on in, man.
Cool, because I'm on the
bus. He's a road dog. Okay, so, I mean, it's okay. As long as we can hear you, can ride, sit back, and relax. What do you want? We're talking about the defense tonight because we know they're just hardcore badasses. And anything else you want to throw in? What are you thinking?
Well, I had to call into the Reverend Ronbo Sports Show on a Sunday evening.
Yes, you did.
You
The
know,
congregation of
because I have
red and
the
gold.
privilege of being a fan of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not like one of these Seahawks fans, one of these
Yeah.
Cowboy fans that don't have a Ronbo Sports. I execute my right as a 49er fan.
Thanks, Casey. My pleasure. Always appreciate you.
That's right. Thumbs up, subscribe, tell your mama. Forget your team does not have a Ronbo Sports. Yeah, man, I just figured I'd tap in with you and remind the world that Jeff Garcia is my favorite quarterback. Dan Brunskill is my hero in life. And it doesn't matter what Big Show has to say about Chris Kasurek.
Hey, show was nice
What's on the
tonight.
menu tonight, Rumbo? What are we talking about, man?
We're talking about that defense.
As opposed to Pete on a fence this offseason?
No,
Nick been doing
not this year.
offseason?
That was last year. You know what?
Yeah.
Do you notice that case went nowhere? That was a Rams fan over there trying to set Bosa up, you know? Because what city? Were they in Florida somewhere?
I'm not sure, but I do remember there being consecutive trials and tribulations that players have had to go through in the offseason.
Yeah,
to work out, after the COVID
Nick,
season and whatnot.
Yeah, you couldn't prove that was Nick. There was no face shot on that. The guy shot from behind wearing a 49ers jacket, that was a setup. I do not believe Nick Bosa's got no class. And a bunch of children are playing, and whoever that guy was standing there probably didn't have anything out. He just made it look that way, you know? Because you can go to jail for that.
I mean, you know, Rumble, I don't put it past him. You know, I've done a lot more for a lot less. I mean, if you got to shake the leg while you're out there, you know, doing the workout and whatnot.
Hey, tell you what, Case, that reminds me. I was with a friend of mine. We were walking back from we just got through walking out of the Raiders Stadium. We were watching, I forgot who the Raiders were playing. But anyway, we went to that Raider game. We're walking across that large field to get back to the parking lot, right? His name was Tony. Tony went ahead and kept saying, Ron, I gotta drain the lizard. What? Dude, why didn't you go to the bathroom when we were back at the place? Yeah, okay, we just got a little bit of ways to go. A few minutes later, oh man, I gotta let this out now. Tony dropped trowel and did it right there. I walked away like I didn't know him. You know, when you gotta go, you gotta go. That's true, though.
Yeah, nature calls, Rumbo. I've always wondered what it would be like to, you know, be in the middle of a game.
You know,
breaking the huddle down, and then all of a sudden,
call timeout. You got to run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Hey, in case you know that happens on occasion.
Did that a year ago? Wasn't that Lamar Jackson that did that like a year ago?
Hey, somebody did do that. They made a big deal out of it. Yeah, time. Lamar, Coach, what's the matter? What's the matter? Coach, I got to the bathroom. I got to go to bed. Who's going to play quarterback? All right, hey, what was the quarterback's name? Get in here. You know. Wasn't it? What's his name? RG3. Was RG3 the backup last year?
I'm pretty sure it was Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if Lamar's got to come out of the game to go to the bathroom, you know.
I think it was Lamar on a Monday night game, if I remember right.
You know, I find that hard to believe. I can tell if I got to go to the bathroom before we get off of the field. I mean, before the defense gets off the field. So, you know, they should have a little outhouse on the sideline anyway.
Speaking of Lamar Rumbo, I really do hope it's a 49er and a Ravens Super Bowl this year. I think Niners need to get their revenge tour started off with the Ravens.
And
next
honestly,
year, Mahomes will still be there.
You know, honestly, Casey, I don't like dealing with Lamar Jackson. The guy scares me, man. He really does.
Yeah.
I'd
well,
rather
he's got a
play
tough
Mahomes.
division too.
He does.
The likelihood of it being a Niner and Ravens Super Bowl is probably less likely than it being a 49er and a Bengals Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Bengals are going to be, you know, because they're getting no respect, so they're probably going to play hard.
Yeah, Joe Burrow looks great.
Yeah, just check him out.
Yeah,
Joe looks buffed.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Joe? Damn. Joe's been working out. Looks way bigger than he did last year. Yeah, it's much stronger.
Yeah, but, yeah, man, you know, he's a very sharp player. He's got incredible mental fortitude, toughness.
And that touch, he's got that Russell Wilson ability to drop looping shots into his receiver while they're running full speed. That's an art form.
But, Rumble, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers.
I knew you were going to do that in a second. Well,
And
go right ahead.
I don't know if that whole idea of the 49ers can't draft in the first, second, and third round is entirely true. I think it
Well,
is
no,
just
not
that
entirely. They've had some
the
bad luck, but
players and
I mean,
I don't know. It's a tough league, man. Just because Dante Pettis didn't get on with the 49ers doesn't mean that he wouldn't have gotten on elsewhere. It's just
did.
he had a lot of competition here, and he stood out because he wasn't very good. So
well, he beat us. Remember in Chicago, that was him who caught that touchdown.
and he had his moments.
Yeah.
I just wish I wish they had put him in at a punt return. I don't know why Kyle never did that.
They did. Casey, you forgot? They tried to
I
let
did
him do
forget.
that. He was at best NC2A, and there was. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, this year, Ronbo, I'm looking forward to Jake Moody. They need to get special teams back on par with the Harbaugh era where you don't have to worry about that part of the game.
Yeah, Jake will be okay. He comes from Robbie Gold school of what herb to smoke before the game. He'll be fine.
Yeah, and I really hope I never have to see Brandon Ayuk out there on kick returning.
Who? Brandon Ayuk. I know they stopped doing that finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Wow.
We need to find someone like LaMichael James again, put him back there.
Yeah, they got a couple of guys. You got Ray, and there's the other kid. I can't forget his name.
Oh yeah, Ray was good. I like Ray.
It wasn't terrible. I mean, he was okay. We got another kid too that's going to push Ray. He runs as fast as Ray. In fact, I think he's a little faster. He plays cornerback. Ellis told me his name the other day. I think the last name is Jackson. But yeah, Ray's got some competition also.
I'm getting off the bus here. I'm pulling up to the casino to collect my ticket tonight. I had to put a bet on the WNBA because there's nothing else for me to bet on.
You know what you're doing with the WNBA?
No, I don't, Ronbo, but I know that the Las Vegas Aces are 9-1 and that they beat the Lynx the last time by 17 or 19 or something like that, so they could probably cover 17. And guess what? They won by 31 tonight. So
yes, there you go.
I put the Red Sox and sprinkled some WNBA on my ticket, and now I'm going to go get some dinner.
There you go. As long as the Red Sox are playing the Yankees, you got it made. Anyway, hey,
the Yankees suck right now, Ronbo. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of the boat.
My God, they're terrible. Anyway, Case, go ahead, get out there and collect. I'll see you midweek, okay?
I know, Ronbo. I can't wait until it's like, August and September. We can start looking at weeks, and I don't have to bet on women's basketball. It's just crazy right now, Ronbo.
Hang in there. You're probably going to win big bucks with those WNBA players. All right, fam. See you later.
I appreciate you, Ronbo. The Reverend Ronbo, man. Like, subscribe, share, tell your mama. And don't forget, man, it's 5-time world champions, man. We're the best in the world.
Here it is. Tell that to Rudy. Yeah. All right, fam.
All
right, Case.
Take it easy, man.
You too. And let's go get Jalen up in here. Hey, Jalen.
Clip got the boot. Pete still chewing on that goop. And Sean McVay play call like poop. It stinks, Ronbo. And what's the word, man? What's the word?
If we look at this defense playing against some same clowns you're talking about and mashing them up, and it's going to be pure fun this year. We're going to be like, damn, our defense need to let the offense play a little bit. My God, the defense got 14 points on their own.
Another sweep.
I can see that already too.
Clean sweep through the whole division.
Yes, should be easier this year.
6 games for sure. That's for sure, Ronbo. I told you we the NFC North. I understand. We the NFC West, but we the new NFC North. Ronbo. Aaron Rodgers was beating on the Lions, Packers, and Bears for years, Ronbo. I'm talking about for years. And now it's our turn to beat up on the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals because they all in the doghouse right now, basically.
All of them.
They really is.
Especially the Cardinals. What a mess.
Yeah, the Cardinals that's laughable, honestly.
Damn.
DG's that's like for sure. I've never seen a team for sure, like I know for a fact. Y'all are going to be the first. They haven't even played a snap yet. We know they're going to be the first pick. We know it.
Beat up. Jalen, in fact, name your worst team. I'm trying to think of a team that you can imagine that's going to do worse than the Cardinals.
Jesus Christ. They don't have a quarterback, Ronbo. At least with some of these bad teams, they got a good young quarterback. They don't have a quarterback coming up into this year. Like, that's tough. Oof.
They'll be drafting first next year. First or second.
Yeah, they'll be drafting first. I think they might be. They might trade Kyler.
Oh. Yes.
I think they might.
Jalen, they're going to pick up the kid from UCLA. What's his name?
What, Jaden? I think it's Jaden.
Yeah.
Oh, no, is it Caleb Williams? Is it Caleb?
Caleb
Williams.
The Caleb
Ronbo,
Williams
he is really good.
Sweepstakes.
He is really good.
Yeah, he's going to Arizona.
Ronbo, I think Kyler Murray's going to get traded.
Conference. Yeah, no,
he could get traded.
Even if they don't trade him, Caleb will be grooming for Kyler's contract to run out, and so he can say goodnight.
Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, what do you have you heard anything about that guy Jason Poe in camp?
Yeah, there's been some good things said about him, but not loudly. I did read something about him. Him and another Zakelj, they mentioned they've taken strides and they've gotten better. They didn't say how much better, because Coach Forster doesn't do that. He just tells you that they've made gains, and he leaves it right at that. But Poe, everybody wants to see more Poe. And if no other reason, put him in offense, let him catch the ball, Kyle. You let that big train running down the field, running route, guarantee you ain't nobody getting away. Nobody's going to get in the way.
Yeah. Ronbo, I think that athletic ability that he has, Ronbo, I definitely think he will work in like pulling. Imagine him and Trent Williams lead blocking.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he is a 300-pounder. So
yeah, he is. He's 6'1", 300. And Ronbo, I always have to be the biggest guy to deliver a hit. Earl Thomas wasn't a big guy, and he could hit.
Oh yeah. And also look at that center of gravity. When you got a guy that tall and that heavy, you can't get your pads down to keep him from knocking you on your butt. If the coach can get him to discipline himself in certain techniques, Poe could be a monster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Ronbo, I got who you think is let's just say who do you think is better between Kendrick Bourne and if you had a choice to pick one of them up, Kendrick Bourne or Juwan Jennings, which you rather? You want Juwan over Kendrick?
Yeah, no, I had to think about Kendrick. Boy, I love me some Kendrick. I can't. But Juwan Jennings has done a job. He won me over the last couple of seasons. People talk about how much he dropped the ball. Hell, Kendrick used to drop the ball too. But when you need a real hardcore clutch play, both of them make that play.
I ain't gonna lie though, Ronbo. Kendrick was making plays too. He was a red zone.
He was.
That 2019 season, he was pretty. Yeah, 2019 season, he was pretty good.
He was. So I never had any problem with Kendrick, man. None. I'll take Kendrick back. I mean, I like Juwan a lot, though, but I'll take Kendrick back, especially now that he's even more polished.
You take him over Juwan? I think as a number one, he is more polished now. Definitely.
I hate to make that choice.
I've seen the game where he took over in New England, Ronbo. He had like 3 touchdowns.
And running deep downfield. And I don't remember Kendrick having all that kind of speed, but it's not always about great speed. It's about your ability to track the ball. It's about your ability to get rid of your guy. Kendrick Bourne was one of the fastest guys in the league in and out of his routes. So therefore, if you were trying to hold him down, you look at him and Ayuk, they got a similar skill set as far as losing that defender real quick.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
see, like with Marquise Goodwin, Ronbo, I really didn't feel like he was running. He was fast running straight. Like he was never really all that fast, like with the ball in his hand. You know what I mean?
Well, if he got
like Marquise had to get going.
Gone. Yeah,
he kind of had to like get going, but he definitely wasn't like a Tyreek Hill kind of fast guy. Like he wasn't side to side gonna. That's why I feel like he didn't really see, and the injuries. But I definitely feel like he didn't. That's why he didn't pan out. And that's when Kyle's offense started to change to the run after catch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At first we had guys like Richie James and Dante Pettis and Marquise.
And then they went to Yak. That's true.
Then they started going over to Yak.
That's why people kept crying about, throw the ball downfield. Y'all, do you understand? Kyle's concept now has changed. He's not going downfield. He's putting the ball in playmakers' hands as quick as possible and let them do damage. That's what it is. So, we're still doing that, actually. I don't know if Kyle's ever going to change that. When you got McCaffrey and you got Debo and you got George, that's three guys right there. You just want to give them the ball and let them ruin people.
You really don't have to do much. But Ronbo, I mean, in late games, when you have to start throwing the ball past the sticks, that's when we have to have.
You got Ayuk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intermediate to deep. Ayuk's the guy. And he's a good tracking the ball. He runs great routes, as everybody knows. So, you know what?
But is Kyle gonna tell the quarterback to throw the ball there? Because it seems like he never wants them to throw it deep.
I think they work on it in practice, but Kyle does not, and I don't know, I could be wrong. Kyle does not like low percentage shots. He wants that 70 to 75% possibility completion to take place. That's just who he is now. So, Jalen, tell the folks in the NFC West how you feel about him. Our clock ran out that quick. Right.
Man, we still the kings of the West. Kyle and that 2-inch knee need a 3-year rest. And Gene B and Rudy can keep on crying because the San Francisco 49ers going to be the best. Let's not forget, y'all. Nick Mullins in his first game, he beat the Raiders on primetime TV. Mm-hmm. This wasn't just some afternoon game that came on at 12 o'clock. Nah, this came on primetime TV. Everybody in the world saw it. Yep. I'm talking about third world countries saw it, Ronbo. Yep. Scientists in Antarctica, they watched the game, Ronbo. Yep. People in Turkey saw it, damn it. Yep. People in the Amazon, the Congo,
the jungle,
Somalian pirates, they watched the game. A lot of people was watching this game, Ronbo.
In and out of Mongolia.
Vecna in the Upside Down from Stranger Things, they saw it. A lot of people saw this game, Ronbo. Man, let me get up out of here.
Jalen, you kill me. Hey, I'll see you later, fam. See you later on in the week. Hey, Brian. Oh, my side chick. I put that check in the mail. Oh God, it'll get there tomorrow. Don't worry about it. It'll be there soon. Hey, Brian.
I am 49ers red and gold. Gonna rock the Niners till I'm dead and cold.
Yeah.
Screaming them 49ers all the way from the Mid-South because the law says know your role and shut your mouth. What's up, Ronbo? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you too, fam. Thanks a lot. And we're looking at that defense.
What's the business?
The defense. You know, you got guys, 49ers are starting to talk. You know, 49ers don't usually talk before the season starts. You got Fred Warner out there testifying. You got Eric Armstead out there testifying about how good this team's going to be. You got Debo told everybody, man, we're a better team. They only beat us because of the fact that we lost a quarterback. You know, 49ers are talking. Mm-hmm. They are motivated. They are mad as hell. They know they let that get away. And now they're coming out there focused. If we thought the 49ers would come in tail dragging this year with that 0-1-3 record to start the season, forget about it. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But you talk about that defense. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I don't think. I think with the depth that we have on our defensive side, I think we're going to get off to a good start. It's not going to be one of the, like it's been the last 2 years, 49ers get off to 1-3 and 1-4 and everything like that. And I think with the addition of our new defensive coordinator, he's going to ensure that, And he's not only just, and Ronbo, not only he's just the, he's a great DC, but, hey, he's got some head coaching experience behind him. So, he's a veteran coach, to sum it all up. And now I think this year is really, I think like the last couple of years, we had a dominant front seven and, and people couldn't explore our back end. But now with the addition of Coach Wilkes, who specializes, who works with the secondary hands-on. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to add that another level where their defense is going to be dominant in all three levels: D-line, linebackers, and the secondary.
I fully agree. And there's going to be some connections made between that front line and the secondary that we didn't know was probably possible. With the athletes he's got now, look for any possibility. Look for the linebackers he played. Because you know how our guys are famous for being non-positional players. They can do any number of things, right? So you look for all that to come into play. They've examined all of that.
Yeah, the trick pony is when you playing on a great defense, and I was fortunate, in my playing days in high school and college, playing on a great defense is when you give the ball back to the offense.
Constantly.
Or sometimes you have to put them in situations where they have to score.
Yep.
You get that by turnovers, field position.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think with the skill set that we got, I think we'll be able to do that, to be able to, put our offense in better position.
And like you said,
no matter who's their quarterback,
it doesn't matter. Because like you're saying, and back in school also, remember how the team, after they got their heart broken early on, they got frustrated. And you could see the fear in their face. Every play they ran, they didn't really believe in it themselves. So pretty soon you've got them at your mercy. I always love that. Hollering trash across the field. So I'm going to do now. Last thing you did didn't work. Come on, bring it. Pull it around. We ain't need to waste no time. Now you're getting into their head. And football's a game.
That's I think if we ever get some solid play, I think defense is my only concern is probably who's going to be the man to be opposite of Nick Bosa.
Yeah, that's $1,000.
Because he's going to draw at least two people. You're stupid if you're an opposing coach. Yeah, but if you don't put at least two on them.
There's only four guys. Brian. Think about that for a minute. You're the OC. What do? You got Nick and Hargrave next to each other.
Right.
Now, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Because if you double team, now Eric Armstead's gonna go have a field day. Coach is gonna start blitzing. Because there's gonna be gaps and holes. The AB. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to understand. What as an OC? How do you fix this so your quarterback can get some time to work? You can run the ball. That's pretty much what you better do. So I just don't know how you defend against this. And these guys are young.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Wilkes had hinted, I guess in his interviews or whatever, that they would be more aggressive. I guess they're going to be more aggressive with the play calling this year.
Can you imagine that?
As far as blitzing, I mean, we were ranked top, and we wasn't no big. I know when Robert Saleh had the defense, they didn't blitz a lot. They were kind
of conservative compared to Nico.
If any. Right.
Robert believed him staying back in coverage and let the front line, because he thought the front line was good enough to put all kind of heat and pressure on it. And he was right. And you got guys back in coverage. So, and we had, remember how many INTs we had that year? His idea was good. It worked.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But, whatever, like I said, whatever. And I think whoever the quarterback is, whether it be Sam Donald or Trey Lance or Brock Purdy, when your team, not the offense, but when your team is stacked, have a stacked roster like the 49ers do, offensively, all you got to do is get the ball to the dogs, get the ball to your playmakers, and don't turn the ball over. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. The formula don't change, Ronbo.
And look at that assembly of offensive talent you got. I got polished people all over the place. I got George Kittle. I got Debo. I got Ayuk. He's coming on strong. He's looking for a bigger contract next year. I got the igniter. I'm gonna tell you something. I got Christian McCaffrey over here. That's too much.
Right.
That's too much for any team to expect to stop. I can use Juice if I want to. When all else is busy, I want my quarterback to remain alert and watch out for Juice. Man.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, Ronbo. I sure wish Ed DeBartolo was still
running things
over the team out there running things, because I guarantee you he Kyle Shanahan would have had at least a Super Bowl right now, or he would not be here.
But there was no cap then, and Eddie would
Right.
go out and spend money like crazy. There was no consequences, right? So now, because the team,
he get
the
hired
league
a
wants
mercenary.
parity. Yeah, because the team
he
wants
get hired a
parity.
mercenary like Deion Sanders and Ken Norton, all them cats.
But at the same time, they could leave anytime they wanted to, too, because, the league had rules set up, so the highest bidder gets you. So,
yeah,
so,
we forget it's a different beast. But Jed gonna have to let his balls hang or whatever. Say, look, Kyle, look, hey,
he's spending money.
He's
spending money.
Right. They're gonna be looking now because come around when is Kyle Shanahan? When is his contract end up?
He signed a 6-year contract has it been 2 years already? So Kyle's got another 4 years to go. My guess, I don't think he has any less than that. So,
well,
but
I'll
Brian,
tell you what.
Go ahead with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I was gonna say, if Kyle don't bring the big trophy home, he's by the time the contract up, he's gonna be looking over that shit.
Just make sure whoever you bring in can keep them competitive.
Right.
That's the only thing I ask.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, Brian. Tell you what, I'm going to see you midweek, and let's see what develops, because it's been too quiet. All right?
Yeah. All right, Ronbo.
Brian.
Shout out to you. Shout
Thanks,
out
fam.
to the faithfuls. Shout out to production. And the law is finally out. Enjoy your Father's Day, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam.
All right.
All right.
See you Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. All right, Brian. Yo, Ellis. Ellis?
Ronbo.
Yeah, Ellis.
Yo, can you come right back to me in about 5 minutes? I'm down the street from the house. I want the squad to be on.
All right.
I'm just coming in from dinner.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. And open the door, all rise, fully audible. Rev. Hey, Rev, come on in, fam.
Ronbo.
Rev, we're in here just basking in the glory of this team. Rev, come on in and add to it like only the Rev can. That defense, and I know how you love you some defense. Oh, my Lord.
Well, let me jump into it super quick. Let me start this off with I'd like to give all praise and thanks to the Honorable Ronbo giving us this platform to speak. But our beloved 49ers red and gold, my family worldwide, repping our beautiful colors 24/7, 365. Got that out of the way. Let's get straight into the point.
All right.
Being that now I'm a high school football coach, defensive coach, and the subject is about defense. And then seeing the, how can I put it politely, the numbnuts that are in our chat, Jim Everett, Texas Boy,
gotta love him,
Don Bird, you delusional fans that, love to be in our chat. Speaking from a defensive standpoint, I think that, like I said last time I was up here, Wilkes is going to bring a dynamic to our secondary. He's going to bring he's going to bring packages that help our secondary make our front look ferocious. And that's why I like to watch his film. That's why I like to study his X's and O's, because I teach these young kids the same thing. Like, it's not always about being the fastest or the strongest. It's about Wilkes teaches being the smartest. Being the smartest. I can quote you from a book, from the great Deion Sanders. In his book, he quoted why Jerry Rice forced him to play different and to play smarter. And Wilkes implies the same mindset. So I personally feel, being that I am a secondary coach, I feel that our secondary is going to be stronger. It's not necessarily always about the name that's on the back of the jersey, but it's about what they do on film. And Wilkes, he's been proven. Like, and I can tell you, I went through hours of his film, and I can tell you, he's been proven that he can exploit things. So not only does he have a front that's ferocious, but he's, to his mind, is like, well, damn, if I got a front that's ferocious, man, I can make the secondary look crazy. Okay, let's do this. So that's why we're gonna blitz more this year. I feel more than anything, and I feel that we will. There's not necessarily a thing called lockdown per se. I just want you to contain, and that's what Wilkes can do. He can contain. Like, you're not going to chuck bombs on his defense. You're not going to do it. Like, and I've seen the film. It's just not going to happen. But I think he's going to bring a smarter mindset, and he's going to let us know what's up. So I'm excited. You know, I'm a defensive guy, so you know, we already got a top tier defense. And I'm not worrying about it. Like, we're gonna be top 5 defense, regardless of what anybody says. Before I go, I just want to dip into the chat right quick, because you know, I've been sitting here reading a couple little comments, things like that. Hey, Jim Everett the Great. First of all, you're starting off with your name as Jim Everett the Great. That's just the funniest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I love that.
Like, just stop. Your name alone should just say stop.
Yeah.
Because it's Jim Everett.
Because he can't be serious.
That's all I need to say about that.
Yeah.
Texas boy, yeah, I'm talking to you. You Cowboy fans, this is why we laugh at you. This is why we laugh at you, because of the stupid shit, and I said it, shit that y'all say. Okay? So I address that.
Yeah.
You know, the Remilia rejects that keep calling us 1994 VHS fans. Guess what? I don't care.
That's so funny.
You know what I mean? Like, it's funny to me because you reflecting on 1994, which was outside of our 1989 team. Our 1994 team is second to them. So I'm glad that you recognize that 1994 was a very dominant team that won us the 5th Super Bowl, and you couldn't even equate a Rams team of all time to go against that 1994 squad. So yes, keep calling us 1994 VHS. That's all good. I mean, you know,
they didn't win their thing until 5 years later. It's not like there's a huge gap between their VHS film and ours. Okay, so that's why I said y'all is about stupid as shit. You don't think I can get the VHS? You know.
And we own your franchise for a lifetime. We own your stadium because that's just Levi South. So yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Y'all just bump joke. But but I get a kick out of y'all just jumping in our chats wanting this kind of love, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you know, y'all don't get attention nowhere else but to come into a 49er chat and pop your guns like you're somebody. Like, dude, come on now. Like, just stop. But
all they can do is take little cheap shots, fam. You know, because they don't have anything.
That's all they do. And I love it.
And when you're talking to a team like the 49ers, where they have so far ahead of you in so many categories, and you wish so badly that you could be on equal ground, you make little stupid comments. Well, them Lombardi's expired. You guys haven't won a modern day title in a long time, have you? Okay, you guys took 20 years.
I mean,
and now you're giving us grief.
Let them have their glory. You know? Let them have their glory and their gloat. You know what I'm saying? You know, we already made history. Everybody else is following our blueprint. So I'm just saying.
You know?
But Ronbo, I ain't going to hold it up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to the production. Ronbo, we thank you as always. We love you.
Thanks,
we appreciate the platform.
Back at you.
For us to speak our minds. Y'all know how I end it. Order to beat a man. You got to beat the man. Woo! Shout out to the 49 family worldwide. Yo, let's get ready. Let's get ready.
Tell you what.
Ronbo, appreciate the love and the time. Yo, everybody be strong. You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day to everybody. Rams fans included, Cowboys fans included. Outside of trash talk, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's fathers, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because without us, you know what I'm saying, we ain't doing our jobs right, raising our youngins. So, you know, shout out to all the dads, all the moms who are dads, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Just everybody be strong, be blessed, be safe. You know what I'm saying? Come week 1, Pittsburgh, we ready. Let's do this. Ready to go. Till I'm dead and cold.
Good stuff, Rev.
Out.
All right, fam. Talk to you as soon as possible. All right. Night, Rev. There goes a man of character. He even respected Rams and Hawks fans, and that's really tough to do. It takes a real man to do that. As far as I'm concerned, Rams, y'all can drive into a truck full of poo-poo. I'm talking the worst manure truck in town. I hope it dumps all over your car. Hope you step out and open the door too soon and get covered to the point you have to go to the hospital to get that stuff up. Elisa. Ellis.
Yo.
You ready, Ellis?
Yeah.
All right.
Ron Bizzle.
Yeah. So we're sitting up here bragging about our defense and looking forward to days ahead, you know. I mean, we do this every year. But, you know, this year, it is serious. It was serious last year. But this year, my God, that defense. You got a well-seasoned coach. D'Amico was a good coach. But I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I don't know if he's on the same level, and Robert Saleh either, on the same level as Wilkes. Polished veteran who's been around for a while. He's got schematics that make everybody on the team say, yeah, we're going over some techniques and things that we've been enlightened by. And I said, oh, y'all been enlightened? You've been enlightened even further? Y'all gonna be mommy? Okay. You know, so, but Alice, what are you thinking?
You know, I mean, we have a lot to be excited about because, you know, just from the reputation that, you know, from Wilkes and coming from Carolina and how he was, you know, how they would speak up about him so much and, you know, his veteran, his experience in the secondary. It's kind of fitting that in the place that we seem to have struggled the most over the years, we get a coach who specializes in that, and he ends up being our defensive coordinator.
That's true, huh?
So I don't know. I think it's a blessing in disguise. You know, it's not like he's in question in any. I'm not saying it like in that form, but it's just convenient. Put that in the refrigerator for me, please. It's just convenient that he specializes in that position, and you know, over the years, it's you know we've had our struggles, man. Everybody knows that damn secondary, you know, has kind of been the Achilles heel, especially in the Richard Sherman era of being with the Niners, and
because he's past his prime.
You know, so I'm really interested in seeing what happens in those games where you know the line doesn't get to the quarterback and the QB ends up getting you know more than 3.5 or 3 or more seconds in that pocket.
And it could be games like that. Come to think of it,
yeah, no, it's going to happen. Shit, it's not just a guarantee that you know we get to the quarterback in 3 seconds and we're going to do that all season. It's not going to happen. Yeah. We're going to have some moments where that ball is going to go deep, and we're going to
somebody will be back up besides their weapon. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, so we're gonna be able to see it in live bullets. So, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't feel like I'm not worried about it. I'm just interested in seeing what's you know what the benefits of having Steve Wilkes as our defensive coordinator are going to be. You know,
you mentioned earlier, Ellis. Remember you said when we played against Steve Wilkes and the Cardinals or wherever he was, it was always a struggle. You never beat Wilkes up. That's why Kyle couldn't wait to go get him off of him.
Yeah,
Kyle's smart. Get him on my side, and I ain't got to worry about him next year. You know, because Wilkes is a bad dude, man.
Yeah. And so we get the benefit from that. And we already have so much experience and veteranship on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, he came to the best place. There's no other place that he could have came to that would have been better than, you know, being a defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he likes it. Look at all the weapons he's got. He's got more weapons now than he's ever had in his entire career. And he's had some good teams.
Yeah.
But not like this one. He can experiment.
Yeah.
He can do anything he wants just about because he's got the athletes to do it. And it's probably going to be successful. I would say 80-20 that it's going to be successful, whatever he attempts to do, because they can get it done. I mean, look at those guys. Oh, Ellis, before I forget, what's the name of that cornerback, the kid, the undrafted free agent that's fast out of Texas? Deshaun Jameson. Yeah, he's the one who's going to give Ray. I'm going to write that down in a second because I saw film of him and says, damn, there's always that undrafted kid you wonder,
kicks.
how did they not get drafted? He's kind of small. Maybe that's it.
He's a hella good corner, and he's really good on special teams.
Yes,
receiving the ball. So, what happened to the kid from the Seattle Sea Dragons or whatever that team was, the one that was burning, that smoked somebody up the sideline, that small, really fast guy. It was like I don't know, was he a 4.2, 4.3?
Is he in the XFL?
The XFL guy. What happened to him?
I don't know.
I haven't been hearing anything about him.
Ellis, what do you think, though, when you see those clips, though? I don't know what to think because the competition he's playing against, is it too low for him? Is he really that good? I'd like to see him at the NFL level, see what he can do. I'm always impressed with those guys, too.
I mean, honestly, if he's able to do that at the XFL and be the top offensive weapon, or was it CFL or was it the XFL?
I don't know, because I know there's an XFL. There's a Canadian Football League. I
think it was the CFL.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Whichever one of those, league he was in, he was balling the hell out, and he was doing really well. So now I'm saying in practice we had some shots of him. There was one for sure where he smoked that guy up the sideline. Pearson, I think I forgot the first name. Jacquees Pearson, something. Yeah. Anyway, that's we need some guys like that.
I know, right?
On the team, we need to have that. Like we got rid of guys. Simba, we got rid of what's his name, Simba.
About that.
We get these guys on our team, and then we end up cutting them all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle needs to keep one or two of them. He needs to keep one. Go stash him on the practice squad or stash him. Yeah, man. Look, that big kid from Eastern. What's that big wide receiver that came out 6'3", and he had that Twitter video where he was getting busy.
Oh,
I don't want to see.
Nobody's talking about him anymore.
On the damn team.
We gotta wait.
Yeah, well,
for a few weeks to see what he does.
Well,
I forgot all about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that you reminded me, you see, yes.
Come on, Ronbo. I'm just saying. I know no disrespect. No, look, and I'm not trying to discount our boy that we got from Pittsburgh or anything like that. He started looking good towards the second half of the season.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he got
started
better.
Looking better towards.
He's a little shaky to start.
Yeah, and he didn't start going off right away. I was a little disappointed in how he wasn't really performing on special teams and stuff like that. But he started to get better, and he started to do some things. And I heard he's looking really good now. But when we get these guys, man, that are gems that we can end up turning into something spectacular, we got to make sure we hold on to some of these guys.
You got to find a way to keep them. Yeah.
Why we don't have to pay them a lot?
Well, because they're in the receiver room. Ellis, is there anybody on the guys that were here last year that you think are going to be challenged, and would you consider waiving them or what? I just don't know of the group we had last year.
Or offensively?
Which one is offensive? I mean, as far as the wide receivers, who are you going to? I don't know. Ray and Jawan are the last guys on the totem pole. Are you ready to part with either one of them for somebody who was brought in, though? It's tough, isn't it? I just don't know.
I would say no.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Yeah. See, because if they ask that question, we're in a room full of people. Yeah, I would get up and say, guys, whatever you vote on, I'll go with it. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. I can't make those kind of decisions. That's why I'd get fired. I can't get rid of Ray. I can't get rid of Javon. I'm certainly not looking at Debo and Ayuk. That's a rough. How many? We got 6 guys we can take. Oh man, I don't know.
Kyle needs to just go ahead and keep 7, and then stash 1 or 2 on the practice squad, or like find a way to make it happen. I mean, there's some ways that you can make some things happen. You can put some guys on these little lists and stuff like that, and just stash them there for the time being, even if they don't have an injury or whatever. Find a loophole to try and keep some of these guys on the team, because we know that guys are going to get hurt, and we're going to need to start putting, we're going to need these bodies in, and these guys are going to get in quickly. Look at the running back position. Look at our quarterback position last year. The offensive line. I mean, these guys are going to get reps. It's pretty much, you can say it's almost a guarantee that at least 2 positions on both sides of the ball are going to be close to or about depleted, and are going to need replenishment and possible starters at some point right away. We don't know how soon. It could be, before week 5. It could be after. But we know it's going to happen at some point. It's not that I'm obviously not wishing that, but
we've been through it, and it happens.
Unknown. It's
every damn year.
Every damn year. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Find a way to keep some of these guys, since they've been with us as long as they have. They've been getting acclimated with the offense. Bring some of those guys, because when you get a new body in, if we cut these guys, then we try to go look for someone, then we have to worry about these guys, whoever we bring in, if they weren't already in Kyle's on the offense at some point, or
they don't know what they're doing
under Kyle at some point, then they're not going to know what the hell they're doing. They're going to get 2-3 snaps a game.
Yeah.
Maybe one real opportunity, and it's not going to be advantageous.
No,
so
he's just going to be out there as a body on the field to fill a spot. We need 11 guys out there. Go ahead.
Or a body on the floor.
Just, yeah,
Or a body on the floor. Shit. Damn it.
Yeah, Ellis, we got to go, fam. Tell you what, I'm back midweek looking for you, as per usual.
Okay, fam. Hold on. I got the squad here. Hey, Josh and Amaya and Johnny. You want to say what's up?
Josh.
Hi, Mom.
Who is this? Is that you, Josh?
Joshua, yeah.
Hey, Joshua. Joshua, are you the one playing baseball? Or is that Imani?
No, it's Joshua.
No, I mean, who's playing baseball? Are you playing baseball?
Johnny plays softball.
Softball, I'm sorry. You got to get those. There's a difference between softball and baseball. Okay, that's not you. You're out there just supporting, all right? Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good.
Second place.
For the season, yeah.
For the season, they came in second place.
All right. Yeah, I heard about that. You proud? You proud of Johnny? All right. So you enjoying this weekend? This is Dad's Day. Did you do anything special?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you do?
We went to breakfast.
All right. IHOP.
We went to the museum.
All right. Sounds like.
And we went swimming.
All right. It's a good time for swimming too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we did go to IHOP. You already know.
Yeah. I like to go to IHOP. I could stand there all day doing them carbs to death. Yeah. Joshua, what's your favorite pancakes?
My favorite pancakes?
Yeah.
The regular ones.
Basic pancakes.
I like regular ones.
Joshua, don't worry about it. You know what? How old are you now?
I'm 9.
Yeah. I was like that until I was about 12 or 13. If it was anything fancy or crazy, I wasn't going for it. You'll change before you know it. You talk about give me some walnut banana pancakes and give me the whole wheat with blueberries in them. You'll go crazy soon.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It is. Try it next time if you don't believe me. All right.
Yeah.
We got to go, Joshua.
Okay, I will.
All right, Joshua.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you, Joshua. Happy Father's Day. Give Dad a good time. Oh, God.
Hi, Ronbo.
Yeah, who's this?
Johnny.
Johnny, the champion. Johnny, I call you a champion because second place ain't bad. You could get first next time.
Yeah.
Because I know you played
We
well.
were in the top line. We had beat one of the teams, the Ducks, because we beat them so many times, and they only beat us one time.
See, Johnny, you know what that sounds like? That reminds me of the Rams. The 49ers have beaten the Rams for years, just beat them to death. And they finally won once. Yeah, the same thing happened. Isn't it crazy? It's just terrible luck.
And you know what, Ronbo, sidebar, they cheated. The umpire cheated Ijani's team just like the referees cheated our team against the Lambs. So anyway.
See, no, clearly, when a team is better, that's what it usually takes. Some kind of manipulation by the referee. So, Johnny, I want to apologize for that ref. He was way out of line. As far as I'm concerned, you are the champion.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll get it next time. All right, Johnny. Let me see you next time, okay?
Okay, bye, Ronbo. Peace and love.
Bye. Peace and love, and Johnny. Bye-bye.
Hi, Ronbo.
Yeah, who's this?
This is Amaya.
This is who?
Amaya.
Amaya. Hi, Amaya.
Amaya.
Amaya, not Amaya, but Amaya, right?
Yes.
Hi, Amaya. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great, because I like summertime. It's my favorite time of the year. Well, actually, no.
Yeah.
Summertime is my favorite time of the year because we've not started playing football just yet. We're just getting ready to. Because, Amaya, as soon as football season starts, it seems to go by so fast. So now's the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's over as fast as it starts. And we're crying again. Amaya, but this year, we're not going to be crying.
Yeah.
We're winning. We're winning this year. Yes.
Yes.
And Amaya, are you an athlete too? Are you the one who runs fast?
No, but my little sister Zamara runs the fastest out of all of us. She's the fast one.
Wait, who's the fastest?
Zamari.
Zamari. All right. You can keep up. Is Zamari older than you or younger?
Younger.
Okay. So you
She's 6 and I'm 8.
You say, okay, that's okay. But between 6 and 8, you got to, you know what? I never let my little brothers beat me. I would go all out, work out, because, foot races are very important between the ages of 5 and 12. You've got to get your superiority back. You're the older sister.
Yeah.
You got to win.
Zamari, look, Zamari came in here. She's running sprints in the hallway. I gotta come here.
Ellis, you know what? You remember that? Ellis, you got any siblings, older or younger? It's very serious, because every time they call you out,
competition is everything, no matter what it is, especially foot races.
Yeah, and they'd always call you out in front of everybody on the block. Come on, I can beat you. Man, come on, man. You can't beat me. I beat you last time. Okay, let's go. Come on. And it would be serious.
Hold on. Let me take my socks off.
Yep,
Now they
gotta go barefoot
so they can try to keep up. Gotta take the shoes off. Well, after they losing, they're like, hold on, let me do up my shoes or my socks off.
Fun days. And Ellis, Bakersfield, California, right? Every summer we go to Bakersfield and hang out with relatives. And those alleyways in Bakersfield, you had to pick your feet up and put them down really quick. And we'd be jamming down that. The feet would be smoking hot. You just run down that. But so I think that's what helped me with my speed as a kid. From 6 to 9 years old, you didn't have good sense. Ain't no way in the world you're supposed to be out there running them alleyways with that asphalt being that hot. There we was. We was jamming.
On lava, man,
Woo.
Playing hot lava. Yeah. That's real.
Those Indians doing that ritual they do, they had nothing on us. Bakersfield, summertime, 110 degrees, starting from now until the end of August. Ho!
Yeah, you know what Bakersfield is? I've heard about Bakersfield. It's hella hot out there. That's Southern California.
That's desert. Well, fam, it's been fun.
Here goes Z real quick. I know you got to get up out of here.
All right.
Hi, Ronbo.
Yeah, who is this?
Zamari.
That's you, Zamari. Zamari, I just heard about you being the fastest one in the house. How do you feel?
Good.
Somebody, I'm impressed. You're not even going to get all bold and loud about it. You ain't going to say things like, they can't do nothing with me. I give them a head start half the time, and I still beat them. Somebody, you can talk trash. Just don't get carried away. I shouldn't be teaching you that. Never mind. Somebody, hey, how's this weekend with spending with Dad? Father's Day.
Great.
Yeah. Looking forward to next weekend. You went to IHOP, I heard. It's one of my favorite places. Somebody, we got to go. I tell you what, we really do have to go. So tell you what, let me see all of y'all as soon as possible, okay? Happy Father's Day weekend, all right?
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, Samari. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, fam. Appreciate it.
I love that squad.
Happy Father's.
Hey, thanks,
Thank you,
man.
fam. We love you too, man.
Thanks.
Shout out production and shout out to all the fathers out there, man. Happy Father's Day.
Indeed.
Peace and love. Shout out to Faithful. Hit the like, subscribe. You know you got it. Wipe your feet. And I'm gone.
Here you go. Night, Ellis. It was Ellis. What a great dad, huh? And Jashawn, what's up? Happy Father's Day. What's going on with Julian Taylor? Somebody fill me in on what's going on with Julian Taylor. Jashawn, who is Julian Taylor? Somebody can enlighten me on Julian. Is, because if you ask me about John Morantz or somebody like that, I mean, I'll get going all day on that. But, I don't know, Julian Taylor. Yeah, but Jashawn, thanks for that contribution, fam. Mark, oh my God, Marketing Pro. What in the world could he want? Marketing Pro, bring your 5 and 12 self in here.
Hey, Ronbo 5 and 12 was only because the two-peat was derailed from injuries. When your whole offensive line just get killed in the front lines. And despite that Warrior Matthew Dine Stafford still was dropping 70-yard bombs last year till his spine gave out. Now you got to give credit to that. I mean, that's just called being a gridiron warrior.
Marketing Pro, you do realize that spine is not going to get better. That's the kind of injury that's going to evolve and degenerate even further. Now, I understand you have a new quarterback. How do you feel about your new quarterback? He will be playing this year at some point.
Stetson Bennett, he's definitely giving Joe Montana vibes, according to the coaches. They already call him the next big thing. Clearly, hands down, the best quarterback in the draft. See, the 49ers messed up by not getting him. Bennett's got the ultimate ability to put the ball on time.
And
it's been a 3-year progress.
Yeah.
And, I'd take Bennett over Purdy because Purdy, I mean, it was cool 8 games, you know what I mean, did his thing. But is that really enough to know this guy is him? I don't think so. I mean, look at the NFL's history. There's always been quarterbacks that win about 8 to 10 games one year.
Okay.
Heck, even Geno Smith didn't write back last year.
Well, he should have, because I tell you what, if Stetson Bennett, he is going to play. I would say he'll get the lion's share of games this year because Matthew 5 cents a nickel Stafford, he's going to get hit hard and often. Your offensive line is not going to be able to protect him. Now, if that be the case, I suspect Bennett will be in sooner than later.
Well, the Rams have fixed the offensive line. We got
with what? Duct tape?
Bosa stopper, Peter Vila, Steve Avila. He's a beast, and he's been a killer in OTAs. And now we got $10 million freed up, and that was a surprise the 49ers didn't see coming.
Listen,
now we're going to get that.
Market Pro, I hate to tell you this, but you guys have to stop more than just Nick Bosa. You realize that, right?
See, Matthew Dime Stafford is that quarterback. He's lethal like a king cobra. You give him
he's gonna get blitzed.
3 seconds. It's gun smoke. He's going to get you 8 out of 10 times. You know, but the Rams this year, we're going to win the NFC West. We're taking that division this year.
Okay.
and the herd, if you've been listening to the herd,
I'm keeping this. I'm going to play this back later on in the season. But go ahead. Go ahead, dig this hole deeper.
Even the herd been saying the Rams are better than you think.
Yeah.
They got the best quarterback in the division, and they got a really good offense. All we got to do is make sure the offensive line do their job. That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah,
we got
all.
Cam Big Dog Akers. His head is on straight.
Yeah.
He's been great in OTAs. McVay's right there. You know what I'm saying? Then we got top 5 all-time first ballot Hall of Famer Matthew Dime Stafford. So we're looking good. And we got Aaron Donald.
Do you really think it's going to be first ballot? Listen, but besides that, in fact, your offensive line, you put a lot of stock in people that are just don't you have a couple of rookies that are coming in?
Let me tell you, man, if you just check out. I'm going to shout him out. Avila. I'm going to shout him out. You need to check him out.
You said him a couple of times.
Check his tapes.
I saw him.
You got to check him out. He's just he's a beast. He's the new Jackie Slater. I really see it. This guy is going to be one of the best Rams to play for the Rams.
Okay. How many games do you think you're going to win again?
I got us about
Marketing Pro.
Absolutely. Let me tell you why.
I think production got tired. They must have muted you out. Go ahead. We missed it. How many games?
The Rams are going to win the West 12 or 13 games because of our offense or offensive stack.
You don't need a defense, right?
Oh, we're going to play decent. Look, we got TCU, Tomlinson, slot, corner.
Yeah.
Guy's an animal. Check him out. And then we got the rookie, Young, on edge.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's going to free up Aaron Donald. You can't double Aaron Donald no more.
Well, we never do. Well, we kind of do, but we run right at him. Aaron Donald's not one of the best people in the world of run stopping. I don't know that you know it, but how long is McVay going to stay there, continue to build that team back up? How long? Give me a prediction.
Well, if you saw, they already gave McVay his statue. You saw that, right?
Yeah, that was pretty annoying.
And McVay, he wants to coach for the Rams for sure another 5 years.
Mm-mm.
And
he said that?
Oh, yeah. On his podcast.
Well, I heard him say something else before the season ended, that after all his guys.
Well, he was just emotionally drained. It was a rough year last year. The wheels kind of came off unexpectedly. But hey,
how many more years of Aaron Donald do you think he can be productive?
Aaron Donald is going to be good as long as he wants to be. He's like the Jordan of football. He's going to be good. Okay, Aaron, the GOAT Donald.
Yeah. I tell you what,
Rams Nation.
Your call is always fun. I mean, we'll see you later.
See y'all week 2.
The dude kills me. He sounds so serious too. He reminds me of me a little bit back in 2014 and 15 when we were butt cheeks. I mean, we were complete butt cheeks. We couldn't whoop nobody. I was still talking trash. So that's why I kind of laugh about what he said. I don't take him serious because I know I had the same issue. You go into denial. You start hoping for things because you love football so much that you can't imagine having nothing to get happy about for the 17 weeks of football. I mean, my God, it's a long time to be sad. Woo! But Tony, come on in.
Ronbo, I can't stop laughing at that last call.
This guy's a comedian. He should be on stage. It's a great stand-up.
What narcotic is he on?
I can't imagine. But doesn't everybody want some? God. Mushrooms.
Oh, my goodness. 13 wins.
God, 12.
I read you the schedule on Friday. They might start out 0-9.
I know the first few teams you said Rams aren't going to beat those people. God.
No. And they may not beat Arizona either.
Well, at least it'll be a fight. But those other teams, that's not going to be,
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that dude's so delusional, man.
It runs rampant through their fan base. They can't grasp the fact that the Super Bowl's over. It's a year later, and you know how Jalen always comes in and tells Gene D about how long it's been since the Hawks gave us grief every year in the same fashion as the Rams. Hey, you guys still talking about them old dusty antiques that you won back in? Okay, you know. Here's the thing, guys. Lombardis don't have expiration dates. Why do you guys always go there when you can't think of anything else to say? So, the Rams are going to go that route. In a few years, we'll be laughing about them and how long it's been since they won the Super Bowl. So it's really stupid to do that. So I love it. But, Tony, what's on your mind tonight? I always love what's this guy they just talked about? Where's that guy that Josh was talking about? If I'm going to ask anybody, it's got to be you. Can we roll that down to, what did Josh? Oh, here it is. Who's Julian Taylor? Is it Julian Taylor?
Julian Taylor. What team is he on?
Okay, now I don't know. Because Deshaun said, what's going on with Julian Taylor? And I've never heard of Julian Taylor. I'm going to look him up later, though. Okay. So if you don't know either, then that means he's really flying under the radar.
Yeah.
Deshaun, I'll be ready with an answer next time, though.
What's that?
No, I told Deshaun, I'll look him up, and I'll be ready for that question next time, though. Did you say it's kind of quiet on the home front? Yeah, it's quiet everywhere.
Kind of quiet on the home front. Everybody's, probably taking their vacations across the league, so they can come back and get ready for camp. Now that many camps are over, and did you have a good Father's Day today, sir?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's one thing about holidays, nothing but nonstop food. It just keeps coming and coming and coming.
Yeah.
I hope, what I'm hoping.
My boys are
you know what worries me? Debo's a dad. We got 2 or 3 guys on the team that are dads. This is that time of year. Christian McCaffrey and Nick Bosa, they are going to train like it's the regular season, right? They ain't going to take no time off. Now, Debo is a family man. He loves playing out, hanging out with his family and eating. I do worry about him. George Kittle may be obligated as well. All these guys that are married, they tend to lean toward the family more toward these times off. I always wonder, guys, don't fall too far out of shape, guys, because when you get back, the season will be just almost ready to get started. You need to be sharp. With the professionals, right? They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, Texas boy then came back. Talking about how good Tony Pollard is. Tony Pollard is just a middle round, third round back with speed. That is all.
He's never pushed past that mark. You're right. He's never. Pollard he was supposed to be better. He never has been. He gets hurt or something.
Yeah. They better sign Dalvin Cook, man. He'll be a good fit for them. He'll help them. They better sign him for somebody else get him.
Is he still running around? I thought he already. That's right. All these names. Tony, it's a game GMs play. They wait until these guys don't have any options. They're gambling and hoping because D-Hop is going to get signed, but not for another few weeks. Ngakwe.
Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting to hear.
Yeah, some of these names are not gonna. They're not gonna sign. They got to sign him for top dollar right now. You want to wait till you can do a number on them.
Yeah, because most of the teams got it's still free agents out there, but most of the free agents are signed. Your rookies, most of them are signed. Maybe a couple of them aren't. And now it's time for competition. And then of course you're gonna get a couple guys signed, and then. Me, I'm playing this waiting game with the Jets and that receiving roster because all those receivers can't get catches. They got to let somebody go.
They got too many guys.
Not going to get anybody for Corey Davis. Because somebody would have traded for him already.
Right. And Rodgers has a thing about being partial toward receivers. So he's got his 2 guys over there, Lazard and the other guy. So, the rest of the guys be getting crumbs. Okay, Julian Taylor just got released, Tony. Ian, who is Julian Taylor and who did he play for? What position? Anyway, I would hate to play for Aaron Rodgers if I was a wide receiver, knowing what he just did. He bought Lazard and what's his name? The guy he's been playing with forever. Those guys. Randall Cobb, right? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Be asking him all the time.
You're getting rid of nice, young top receivers that they drafted. Like Elijah Moore, who was a second-round pick. You're moving Denzel Mims, who was a second-round pick, down on your depth chart. You signed Corey Davis.
I wanted Mims.
Yeah, not moving him down on the depth chart. How do you think he feels about that? He probably won't out, Corey Davis.
Didn't he ask for out last year? Or a trade?
That was Denzel Mills.
Yeah, that was Denzel, right?
Elijah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was getting mistreated before.
I'm
Now
sure
he's going to
Corey
sit on the
Davis
bench.
feels some sort of way.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He was the number 2 receiver. Now you moving him down on the depth chart because you bringing these other guys in, Nicole Hartman and Alan Lazard.
Right.
He was the number 2. You gonna move him down?
And Randall
That'll
in there in
feel
the
some
slot.
sort of-
What we could do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm whining
Lazard
about
ain't
that
gonna-
all day, every day. If I'm Mims and those other guys,
Yep.
Coach, let me talk to you. I know what you're gonna say. Well, Coach, damn. You look what happened. I mean, if you was me, what would you want? You know, I mean, whining like a baby. I couldn't stand it. I ain't gonna get no throws.
I know Corey Davis. I know my worth. And if y'all don't want me, let me go.
Yes. You can get something
Yeah,
for me,
let
maybe.
me go.
Yeah. Let me go somewhere where I can play.
Yep. Exactly.
Hmm.
So, Alan Lazard, Christian Watson had more receiving yards last year than Alan Lazard.
See,
Look that up.
no, I'm not surprised by that. Watson went nuts
Yep.
last year. He was shocking. Should have been up for Offensive
His
Rookie of the
yard-
Year.
His yards per catch is higher too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had like almost 700 yards. Lazard had only 543 yards, Ronbo, but he just got paid.
Because
I
of
don't
the
get it.
Aaron, that's my dude.
Yeah.
That's my dude. Aaron, we got good talent over here, man. We don't need to be paying those people coming over here. You came over here and you rearranged the whole team. You better win. Because Tony, the thing is, if he doesn't win, that's gonna get nasty in New York City. Oh my God, they don't tolerate that.
Yeah. And Ronbo, you can do good stand up about Aaron Rodgers, man, because when you talk about him, it's funny.
Aaron is funny. I've been watching him for years be the diva. When people continue to ask for him every season, I say, I just want to say one thing, y'all, because how many times have we beaten Aaron Rodgers? So now we want him over here on our team. So what? So we don't have to beat him anymore? We can let him get beat by somebody else? There's a point in time when you have to look at the whole thing truthfully and stop thinking that he's going to be all that and just take us to the promised land. I don't mind Brady. But Aaron is, man, I don't know about Aaron. And all that off-season drama that he brings each and every year, Tony, he does not miss an off-season. I can't wait till the end of this season. I can see him now. Well, the New York media, as soon as I came in, they pretty much had it out for me. I didn't promise a Super Bowl. I did say I'd make this team a little better than it was, given the fact that they didn't do any better than they did last year. And I think getting the first round of the playoffs was a step forward, of which we plan on covering next year. I can see the whole media crowd just quiet.
And Ronbo, one of your callers made a good point.
Who?
They said Aaron Rodgers was used to beating up on the Bears and the Vikings and the Lions every year. It ain't going to be that way with having to play New England twice, Buffalo twice, and Miami twice now.
Oh, it's going to be rough. Miami and Buffalo. That's number
Miami,
one.
Buffalo.
And I don't know if they get D-Hop over in New England,
why would he go there? I know he's been talking about it, but why would he go there, Ronbo? That makes absolutely no sense. If he wants to win.
In fact, the coach that he didn't get along with is over there, O'Brien, which really is kind of funny.
That's true. Hothead O'Brien.
Yeah.
I remember him.
So I don't know why they keep talking about that. He would do better to go to Tennessee. He should really go to Tennessee. At least the quarterback over there is established. They don't have Brown anymore. D-Hop would do better going to Tennessee. He's got a great running back over there. So I don't know why he's entertaining
I think he's got to go on to Cleveland with his old quarterback.
And then there's that, Because the thing is, D-Hop doesn't want to go to New England. What he's trying to do is play both ends against the middle so he can get one of them's gonna bite, and he'll take that money and run. So
get that money, and that's exactly what I think it is. But if he go to Cleveland, man, it'd be opposite Amari Cooper, and they got Elijah Moore there and Peoples-Jones with Deshaun Watson, and they got the best offensive line in football, and Nick Chubb still running back. Watch out for Cleveland.
I can't believe the Browns aren't trying to get him. But D-Hop's asking for way too much money. He's already getting paid mad money from the Cardinals, and he still wants a big payday from whatever team he's coming to. I think that kind of
you know how that is. They're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle, come down off of that, and he knows that. That's why he's putting it up there so high.
Well,
he go high, you go low, and we meet somewhere, in the middle.
Yeah, well,
Ronbo, I still think quietly, and you know your organization more than me. quietly, I still think you guys are in that Yannick Ngakwe running. Quietly.
Real quiet because
I think y'all are.
The 49ers are trying to keep some cash to flow over into next year.
Sure.
If Ngakwe, they probably already talked to him, in fact. They probably asked him, hey, Yannick. Yeah, John Lynch here. Hey, Coach. Mr. GM. We're wondering give me a ballpark figure as to what will make you happy to come and play for the San Francisco 49ers. And then, then you wonder what he says. What do you think he's asking for?
Right. I have no idea. I haven't heard any rumors. His situation's been really quiet because we're all surprised he's not signed.
Media hasn't said a word. I mean, we hear about D-Hop every day.
I thought we were going to try to get him, but I don't think we're going to try to get him now with all the signings we've had.
Yeah, do you really need him? Is it to the point where you need to spend all that money is the problem?
Yeah. If you can get him at a not necessarily a bargain basement, but a cheaper price, then he'll be a good addition. And like you said, Ronbo, you kind of network him. Hey, if you come, we can pay you this, and you come and have a good season, we could talk about a bigger payday the next year.
Yeah.
And work them that way.
A prove-it deal. Yeah.
Exactly. Quiet as it's kept, Ronbo, and the media saying, and the media, they just say what they say.
Yeah.
This is not going to be Calais Campbell's last year. Watch what I tell you.
Campbell does
He's
not.
He's going to re-sign with the Falcons.
Yeah, if he was going to quit, it would have been a few years ago. Calais has been around the time if he just didn't feel like playing anymore, he could have quit already. So Calais is out there playing because he enjoys the game and can still play it at a high level. So why would he quit? He loves it.
Yeah, exactly. And Ronbo, don't be surprised. I was finishing up my evaluation in the AFC. I think Cincinnati's coming out of the AFC this year.
Yeah,
that's just what I think, and it was hard for me to say it.
No, nobody's talking about him.
I thought about Buffalo, but I think Cincinnati's coming out.
People still want to talk about Buffalo. I don't trust Buffalo as far as that goes.
Okay. That defensive line around all those first and second round picks, and they can just put them in and put them out. And they got Von Miller. Hopefully, he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, we got to go, and I look forward to seeing you later on in the week. Then we can talk more about your team, my team, around the league, and just have a good old time.
Yeah, so you said Wednesday, right?
Yeah. We always come back Sunday, midweek, and end of the week. Yeah.
And I'll talk to you about why I think after I've been evaluating. Sneakingly, I think New Orleans is going to be better than what I thought. It grits my teeth to say that.
Yeah.
I was looking at their roster.
Yeah. So, as long as they get that wide receiver back, they might be a little tough. Don't worry about it, Tony. You got that. All right. All right, Tony. Have a great night and happy Father's Day.
And marking is slow, you're drunk. You're drunk, marking is slow. Yeah. And Ronbo, on that note, happy Father's Day to you, brother.
Thank you, fam. Night, Tony.
All right, night.
There he goes. Julian Taylor played with us. He was a 7th round pick. How long ago? I forgot all about him. Free agent. He played National Football League with the 49ers. Taylor played college ball at Temple. Taylor played prep football at 49ers in the 7th round. And we just, I said, you know what? I still don't see, where's his position listed? A defensive end. But you know what? If he's been traveling around, he's not gonna be able to beat the guys out on the team right now. So good luck to him. Hey, Steven in Rome, come on in, Steven. Steven in Rome probably passed out. Yeah. Well, fam, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and I'll see you midweek, and we can talk more 49er football. And remember the song to fight. Now is the time for me to rise to my feet. Wipe the spit from my face. Take these tears from my eyes. Now is the time to get respect. Hey, by the way, you know what? I had added the Rams in this lyric. Now is the time to fight for justice and get back to our place. Rams, get in the way, and we will step on your face. I like that. I gotta perfect this. Fam, see you in a little bit. Thanks for contribution tonight, fam. And by the way, have a wonderful weekend. What's left of it? It's a Papa's weekend. Have a great time. And please hit subscribe. Join us again next time. Hit that like too. I was going to like them, honestly.